What has happened in the first 50 years of the largest EU5 multiplayer game played? What strategies and exploits have people used to get ahead? And has any meta started to form in EU5? That's what this video is going to be about. Now, the multiplayer game I play in has now played 2 sessions, not quite 50 years, but nearly 50 years. Says it's better in a title if I just say 50 years. And the people I play with take this game seriously because nobody likes to show up every weekend just to die. It would be like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign if after playing for a month or two, you just get kicked out because your character dies and you're not allowed to re-roll. Wouldn't be terribly fun. So people take this game seriously. They like to play in single player. They like to look into the code. They like to take the game as best as they can. Now, when I do say exploits, nothing too exploitive is allowed. Generally, anything that terribly actually breaks the game will ban, but there were 2 things in the game that we did actually mod out because they were too broken in my opinion and in everybody's opinion. That was selling territories to the AI is just too overpowered, as well as seizing land from vassals. Vassal expanding, as you see here, is already pretty strong. Everybody pretty much does it. And seizing land from vassals gives you full cores just when you seize it, which allowed people to do outrageously fast expansion, where they just conquer land, give it to a vassal, immediately seize it, and now it's fully cored. That if you just, it was too broken. So we did remove those 2 little things. Now, there was, because we do play week to week, and so the developers are doing weekly patches right now because the game is new and they're trying to fix everything up. And because we play week to week, we do need to edit the save to make sure the game doesn't desync for everybody or anything that were broken in the patch are fixed. And when we did edit the save, I don't know if it was a save edit or the paradox patches themselves, but every country in the world had their disease resistance set back to 0%. You do get disease resistance when diseases kill you. So as you can see on myself, and let's go particularly to the Mamluks over here, that when people in malaria territories, that increase here is just a little bug, but when people in malaria territories got hit by the Black Death, then got hit by their own malaria, then got hit again by the bubonic plague because they had no disease resistance to any of these, it killed their population. If I do another one of these videos, do note between videos, we will very likely save edit people to have double, triple, maybe even the population back, because some of these countries are pretty screwed, we might say. I mean, they're well below where they should be in population count. So people are making a little bit less money than they should. Some countries are making far less than others, depending on how many people they had employed. And I will go over that. Countries generally are played well enough and resilient enough that they've managed to deal with this regardless of that. And that's just something to keep in mind. So what we will be doing in this video is I will go over what these countries are going to go in order. This video is going to be quite long. I'm going to country review every single player in the game. And we're going to say, at least for Europe, I don't actually know what the Asians were up to, so I can't really review them. We're going to go over what they were doing for the first 50 years, for the first 2 sessions of the game, any special strategies they used. We're going to try to review their country just with roads, just with centralization, just with values, anything like that. I'll give my opinion on it. Now, if you are playing in this game and you're watching this video, do note that I'm going to exaggerate and be a little bit comedic, so don't take it too much to heart. This isn't going to be the most useful. I'm not saying this will be like a useless video to watch if you are playing the countries, but you know, we're going to try to keep it a bit more fun. If you actually have questions, you can just ask me and I'll try to help you the best I can, even if you're trying to kill me. Okay, so do make sure to like, do make sure to subscribe, and do make sure to leave a comment down below. Let's then start on Naples, because we're going to go through the roster. For some reason, they started the roster with Italy, then Western Europe, then East. Normally, rosters go west to east to keep it consistent. This one goes Italy, then west to east. So Italy is the most important. Who knows? Two Sicilies. Two Sicilies in particular, I do know is using 2. One of them is a semi-exploit, and one of them isn't an exploit, but is just game code. Naples right now is being played by Silent Legion. Silent Legion is Finnish, and he loves looking at the game code. And by looking at the game code, he did notice one thing that a lot of people haven't noticed. The Western Schism does not go to the Pope and France. In fact, instead, it goes to whoever has the most cardinals and France. So Naples actually got into the Western Schism. Instead of France getting the tithe, it is now Two Sicilies getting the teeth, which gives him a lot of money. That's his strategy number one. That has denied France a lot of money, which has definitely taken the wind out of his sails. You can see his tax base is just not growing as much as you would hope for France being that giga, right? And then it's just powered him up immeasurably. In addition to that, we can see on his king here, you might have seen it earlier, the King Filippo Engio is the king of Two Sicilies, the king of Croatia, the king of Poland, and the king of Hungary, as well as being the count of a lot. Now, what is happening with that? So basically, Hungary and Two Sicilies decided to unify their crown because they just thought it was funny, but then they took this even a little bit further, and the funny thing here in what they're doing is all these vassals over here, I believe, are some of these are vassals, but mostly should be fiefdoms. Actually, they're not fiefdoms. Why did he not make it fiefdoms? Well, he made some of these fiefdoms, he made some of it vassals. I don't know how he decided them. The Hungary definitely decided to spam fiefdoms. Now, when you get a parliament, you do get a parliament issue that supports the crown, which gives your leader 333 on stats. You might have seen his stats here. Now, when you are the king of 4 different countries, and each of those countries are spamming out fiefdoms, although they could maybe use a little bit more fiefdoms. Yeah, there we go. I mean, we can see he's in a lot of fiefdoms. We can see this guy has a lot of counties. A lot of counties and a lot of countries. And so his stats keep getting increased by 333, then another 333, then another 333. And they have, at a mere 39 years old, managed to get 196 100 stats. They are not trying, obviously, to unify this union. They are just, they're keeping it federal so that everybody gets buffed, which is actually so strong. It's a bit wild. And then they just all get the same Giga King. Now, that one we might have to fix in the mod. But for now, you can do that. You can just spam fiefdoms and Giga buff your king. Now then, what has Two Sicilies done? As you can imagine, vassal expanding is pretty good. So he has taken the Venetian vassals. Venice is just, I mean, they just resigned right to there. Yeah, I mean, if we look at him on the diplomatic map mode, we can see the light green is what he owns. So he owns a good chunk, right? And he did get into Greece before the Ottomans got in there. The Ottomans took 11 years to siege Constantinople. It was not a great time for them. And he just took all these things over here. Bulgaria moved down, took a lot, and he kind of gave up over here. Now, we did have the quadruple defensive league between Morocco, Tunis, Aragon, and Naples. Naples was not working with them in secret. He actually wanted to form Carthage, because Carthage is a big buff. To do that, he needs Tunis and Algeria. So he's going to have to go take those. Now, he did try to attack Tunis, but the Triple Defensive League, back when it actually was strong and did exist, the Triple Defensive League had the boats from Aragon come sink a bunch of the Naples boats. Now, if we do look at the population, I suspect this right here, this huge dip, is when he tried to invade Tunis. This was funny. When he did manage to land onto Tunis, he just died of malaria repeatedly. And I find that funny. The invasion did not work. Naples got defeated. He also defended me on Austria from Bohemian aggression, which we'll get into later. So the Italians here, none of these Italians, Naples, Tuscany, well, Florence, Naples, Florence, and Genoa, none of these have been played by actual Italians. So instead of backstabbing and betraying each other, they've actually formed a unified Italian league that, much like the Justice League, is trying to keep peace and prosperity in Europe. Unfortunately, the peace and prosperity in Europe has not managed to stop France from going east. They're like, it's like I'm watching Diablo 2, because they just go east, always to the east. Now, Naples has built a decently strong economy here. Without the tithe, though, he would only be making about 40 gold, which is nothing incredible. The tithe, though, that was a good trick from him. He did get ahead with that. Now, he did do a few things here. I have looked at these countries a good bit. He has not built roads to the north. I don't know why he didn't build roads just directly up here. He could just reduce the proximity on this stuff, especially with Benevento, which is a town that he could be building on. He even gave it a library, so I don't know why not build it. I mean, obviously its proximity right now is not too great, but its proximity isn't great, and he could get that down by 40 by building these 2 roads. That would be 50 proximity, so that would be pretty good. So from that perspective, yeah, I mean, that's his only problem. Other than that, he's just trying to get boats now because we finally gotten boats. He has gotten this maritime presence up. He needs to move down here and get his maritime presence up here as well. It does seem the Navy. Yeah, so he's getting the maritime presence up for now. Once it does get fully up, that'll obviously be really good because then he'll get more proximity control over Two Sicilies. Then what he needs to do is get maritime presence over here. That'll help him on the boot. And then lastly, he needs to get it over here. And if he does do all that, it is a little bit of a long distance because you'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sea tiles to get control over here. Once we hit age 3, he might be able to do that. But for now, I think he just wants to get maritime control over to the boot over here. So far as natural harbor suitability, you can see over here that Tarde, this one has 100% natural harbor suitability. So yeah, you can see they actually, if he can get his maritime presence up, this thing's already at 4%. Once that gets higher and higher, that's just going to be better and better. Overall, the only big issue I would say with Naples, due to all the plagues, a lot of their people have died, and I don't think they've spent too much time trying to re-promote them. They didn't seem to get the technology or anything from that. Obviously, nobody was expecting to get hit by a second Black Death in the 1300s, but the other Italians seem to have recovered their capitals a bit better. Genova's over here recovered up to 92 tax base. Florence is up to 56. Naples is down to 16. So that's not great. We actually see Flanders up here at 75 as well. Vienne, I mean, I died. Everything died in Vienne, so we're not doing too great over here. Yeah, 48 and 36 over here in Prague. Ooh, a solid. Is that a gold mine though? Yeah, it's a gold mine. It's cheating. It doesn't count. Tarnovo up here at 32 gold with dyes. Constantinople at 33 gold. That seems to be doing pretty well. So, yeah, a little bit of problem there. Next up, we have, I'll just go up the list here. So we have Genoa. I guess I had a thing there. Now, Florence is the weakest country in the region. They are by far the weakest country between Genoa, Naples, and Florence. So they fully committed to the Italian League, presumably out of self-preservation, because if the Italians fight each other, then it basically ends up being the Genoese crossbowmen trying to defeat the Florentine army. Florence actually has a very, very, very strong army right now. I did not realize they had 30 combat with. That is a lot. Now, he did go a bit heavy into the infantry, but he does actually have the manpower to sustain this. Now, I do know the Florence player is an EU4 veteran, so he has likely put a lot of time into practicing the game. I don't know him in, I haven't talked to him that much. He does seem to have actually done his formation pretty well as well. He's got cavalry on the left, infantry in the center, and on the right. Did Naples have an army? Oh, Naples is building an army, but they don't quite have one yet. So actually, at this point, due to how overpowered armies are, Tuscany could actually beat Naples. Funny enough. I mean, he's down 15,000 levies, but 15,000 levies will get trashed by 5,000 regulars. On money, obviously, what Florence did, if Florence is in a disaster, they can really easily just get out of it by just going Peasant Republic. Now, Merchant Republic did get nerfed, and that no longer gives you the +1 government reform. Republics are pretty weak right now, unfortunately. And Merchant Republic was like the one thing good they had going for themselves. And by nerfing Merchant Republic, it has hurt Republics a good bit. But Peasant Republic over here still gives you +1 government reform and 10% production efficiency. It reduces the power considerably on your nobles and gives you more peasant estate satisfaction than noble estate satisfaction. It does double your peasant power, but as you can see right here, peasants will basically never have any control in Florence, period. They just will not. And so Peasant Republic is literally just a positive if you're playing well. Now, 10% production efficiency, especially this early in the game, is quite good. Tuscany does lack a little bit on government reforms, I believe. Maybe not government reforms, but let's say unique content. I do believe they don't exactly have the best. I mean, they do have fine cloth output 10%, so that's definitely how Florence is doing good. I believe they have silk in Florence, and then they get the 10% output on the fine cloth, and another 10% from the production efficiency, so that one goes pretty good. Oh my god, I forgot this one is crazy good. Tax efficiency and expected cost of court, that is a lot of money. Now in Age 2, we do get the Florentine Citizen Militia. I do believe it's a burger pop. I don't know if this one is particularly good because you're doing an entire research just to get your burger pops. This might affect peasants as well. I mean, I haven't looked in the code, but you're doing this tech just to get strength damage taken reduction. I don't know if it's worth it. I could quick check if he did get it. It does give you a little bit of army tradition. Personally, because I don't think Tuscany has any army quality later on, at least I don't know of it myself, right? Personally, I would probably change that to maybe like, I don't know, like levy combat efficiency. Maybe like 20% levy combat efficiency instead of the army tradition, so that Florence always had like an effective levy, because they are obviously a republic which does lack levy combat efficiency, so they don't want to be raising levies anyway because they're a republic. So that's just my opinion if any devs were potentially listening. But did he in fact get the citizen militia? We can check here. He did. Okay, so yeah, he would have a pretty solid militia, but unfortunately he only gets 5,000 of them. But that would mean he would have 5,000 more quality levies against 15,000. I think he would actually manage to hold off Naples for now. So far as technology, he did go admin in Age 2. I don't know if admin is the play. I definitely think, personal opinion, that mill is a little bit better right now. There's obviously the proximity cost, the cost of court, the literacy is big from the admin in Age 2. I wonder what Naples actually went now that I'm looking at it. Naples went military. Yeah, the levy size in combination with the levy combat efficiency. Now, you do need to get 3 techs down here, so that's rough. And you do need to get 4 techs down here, so that's rough. But you do get the cavalry power, which is pretty good. And levy size, cavalry power. The levy combat efficiency helps them remain a little bit more relevant into the late game as well. Levies, like, it's not going to keep them relevant, but like as a last-ditch effort. And of course, Naples is a republic. Say not a republic, the monarchy, which does let them get auxilium et concilium. If I actually look, he has not kept his clergy that loyal. Ooh. So that does actually mean his research progress is not super high. Keeping that research progress super high is, yeah, I mean, you can see here on Tuscany. Tuscany's doing that. Now, he does have, ooh, I'm wondering, that's because, I think he's got a modifier going for it, doesn't he? Yeah, no, he actually has a modifier. Okay, he's kind of cheating with that one. But he's got a lot of innovative here, which gives him some research progress. Yeah, Naples, they went centralized. They have not quite pushed the most innovative. A lot of people are just staying traditional economy and not giving a shit about getting that too quick. A lot of people are staying communal as well and not going individualist. A lot of people are going serfdom and not caring too much about free subjects. But centralization is really strong. There is one decentralization player we'll get into. If we do look at Tuscany, super centralized, very innovative. So despite their small size, they are actually doing quite well for themselves. We are a land power here. They've stayed land. They have not gone naval. So I suspect what they're just going to try to do is push north here. Yeah, we're going to be pushing north and just trying to take over likely Venice. Unfortunately, as Austria, I can't really go down and take Venice. So that's kind of open. We'll see what happens next session. Who takes it, Genoa or Tuscany? It's probably going to be a bit of a disagreement on who gets which land, right? Okay, so Tuscany just has an outrageously powerful army right now. Very powerful army. Basically would not be able to be beaten except by the Genoese crossbowmen. So, oh god, Genoa has such a good army. Let's see here. Did he try to stay aristocratic? No, okay, so he is plutocratic. Now, you do make a lot more money being plutocratic due to that expected cost of court and trade efficiency reduction, but aristocratic gives you that discipline, but you get expected cost of court increase. So that is one thing to bear in mind when we do compare these different countries, is the cost of court is going to be higher on these aristocratic countries. But in return, you get that discipline, which could end up being invaluable. Other than that, Tuscany just played a good, consistent game. Genoa, it's a bit hard to talk about Genoa because, unfortunately, they did get bombed to hell by the double plague. Unfortunately, they had no resistance to that, so they just got bombed again. Genoa went down to 91,000, which is not great for them. They had some issues employing all their pops. In fact, this tax base will go up a lot more. Now, again, these Italian countries, Tuscany, Genoa, they're going to have really good... Now, I'm interested into what he did with his governments, because Genoa gets a lot of unique government reforms. So he is sortition. Sortition's good. I mean, that's just tax efficiency for a tiny sliver of burger power. He stayed Merchant Republic as well. So that one's pretty good. And then he went Harbor Administration. Now, harbor administration, I'm not sure. Without going overseas, I'm not sure I would do that. I might go harbor administration if he head down here to Provence, but it does seem that France is already intruding into Italy. The Italian powers might want to deal with that before France gets an army. Does France actually have an army right now? They do not. So the Italians could annihilate France and push them out of Italy. They might want to do that as soon as they can, because if they don't do that as soon as they can, they might be can't able to do that. But Genoa, still making pretty good money, still making 50 gold, and their sliders are, well, at least diplomatic spending is high, but his stability is not very high. If he was paying a lot for stability, then his income would not nearly be as good as you were hoping, but pretty decent otherwise. The meta strategy, by the way, is to just pay full cost of court. I want to see, is everybody so far doing that? Because you pay full cost of court, you get the slider to the maximum ASAP. And if you do get that slider to the max ASAP, ooh, he's not even paying full. He'd be even more poor if he was doing that. Basically, you're going to pay that gold anyway. You might as well pay it early and then just get your crown power up as soon as you can. Get your nation to not be rebellious as soon as you can. That's just generally, I think that's more meta. That's how I prefer doing it. I think a lot of people are coming around to that as well. Apparently not Silent though. Now I do know Genoa is played by Scragger. Scragger plays a lot of Victoria, so he kind of knows the gameplay loop. I suspect, if I had to guess, that Genoa being down 3,500 pops is definitely impacting his income here a little bit. He was probably trying to play mostly for trade and all that. And I mean, I'm going to assume that if I had to guess, all his marketplaces are emptied out, aren't they? Oh, not emptied out fully, but yeah, a lot emptied out. So he was probably impacted pretty heavily because I suspect he was trying to focus heavily on trade and all that. He's encouraging urbanization and migration. He's trying to get people back in, and he's trying to get them employed. Other than that, I mean, let's look at his army here. This is a very powerful army with a lot of heavy cavalry and cannons even. Now, I'm wondering, did he do one flank of cavalry? No. Okay, he hasn't actually done his flanks. Now, he would want to get all these cavalry onto one flank to try to win a flank, and then use the Genoese crossbowmen. Now, I'm not sure if the Genoese crossbowman is like that amazing anymore. He has a very high initiative heavy infantry. He does reduced strength damage in return for doing more morale damage. Now, normally, initiative infantry would do less morale damage, or they would take more morale damage. Instead of taking more morale damage, the Genoese crossbowman deals more morale damage, which is quite a big increase in power. So the Genoese crossbowman will take to the field really, really quick, and his general strategy is to try to keep the enemies pinned down. The Genoese crossbowman technology does also give Genoa 10% infantry combat, so they stay a little bit more relevant for a bit longer. Now, if we look, he also went admin as well. I'm not sure I would go admin. Well, because he is a republic. It's a bit rough to say, because going admin doesn't always help you the most. Why does he have Reformed Crusader Knights? Well, Reformed Crusader Knights are not really a big deal anyway. Yeah, I would. Oh, it is a 10% of pops. I'm not sure why. Why did he get this? Our clergy has military orders. Oh my God. Oh, I see what he did. Okay, so he went ahead and oh, which one is it? Is that you? He kept this one location in the Ottomans because now he borders a heathen or heretic nation, which allows him to take military orders. And if he sponsors a military, then a military order, which I think there are still some in Europe, he can get 10 morale, 2.5 discipline, and so that's actually pretty Yeah, that's gonna make these Genoese crossbowmen pretty strong from there. Other than that, he's just got a lot of vassals to the north. Is he integrating? He's improving with Milan, and he is trying to annex Lucca for now. Annexation is not going... Well, no, it is going pretty good. His culture influence is miserable, though. So he definitely wants to be spamming down universities. And, oh, did he? Because he's in Italy. He should have those Renaissance texts, right? Yeah, he's got Renaissance. Oh, he's getting universities in 2. First, he's getting culture, tradition. No, first he's getting chitseries, and then he's getting universities. I think I would have gotten university rush, because you're rich enough anyway, right? Okay, now let's start talking about Western Europe. As for what did the Italians do? For the most part, they helped me keep Bohemia in check from Austria, and I'm not sure what their other strategies have been. Naples took aggressively overseas, but I think Tuscany and Genoa have been a bit more docile. As for Western Europe, we do have Flanders. Now, I'm not entirely sure where Flanders' his loyalty lies here. He seems to have been working with the French to push out the English, at which point France gave him independence, but then he entered the Holy Roman Empire, and that I'm not sure was good for the French. I think that put him under Bohemia, but I'm not entirely sure what's happening there. If we look at his vassals, we can see he's actually formed a pretty strong vassal federation here. He is trying to annex Holland, but that's going to take a while. They are both low Franconian, so that'll take a bit. He could probably try to annex 2 at a time. Other than that, he's just improving a lot. So far as income, compared to his expenses, his income is decent. He probably got hit hard as well. If I had to imagine, yeah, with negative 40, getting double plague bombed probably hit his economy pretty hard here. We do have 1,000 armored horsemen, not upgraded yet, though. He could upgrade these. If we did upgrade these would actually be 2,000 horsemen, which I think that's only 10, though. Yeah, that's actually 20. Oh, no, right, because that 2,000 would be 20. So, he does have 20 armored horsemen. He could just press that button and upgrade them at a whim. I think he's not upgrading them to maybe save money, but that's obviously allowing him to trash over the AI here and just mass expand. His antagonism's probably not too bad either. Yeah, it's going pretty well. That's played by Blastina. Flanders, I don't know anything about Blastina either. If I have to imagine his tax base, yeah, the getting plague bombed has not done his tax base a terrible favor. I think he's built roads and everything. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any strange shenanigans there. I'm going to assume Tuscany is... Wait, Tuscany didn't build full roads. Wait a minute. Oh, no, they did. Oh, they're just hard to see. Genoa's full roads? Okay, yeah, all of Italy is full roaded, except... Somehow, Naples. Naples could definitely be making a lot more money if they built all those roads. If we look at the market, the Bruges market's good. Oh, it's actually one thing I did like that Florence did. Although he was originally in the Naples market, now he's in the Genoese market. His market access is at a mere 81%. What he really needs to do, he did do this. He does get, his wheat is fully upgraded now. What he needs to do is create enough food that eventually he can make his own market. Because at 81% market access, we can actually see here, that's not too great. There we go. We can see 81 market access is not too great because all his buildings are taking a 19% reduction to their output. So actually, if he had his own market, Florence would take about nearly a 25% increase not maybe directly to its tax base, because he would produce more goods and then be worth less, but you get the general idea, right? As for Mr. Flanders up here, his strategy was he opposed the English. The English lost the first war instantly. There doesn't really seem to be any way that England can win it. So siding with the English would have been a bad idea. Instead, he sided with the French, got independence, joined the Holy Roman Empire. Haven't heard what's been happening to that one. Now, he does need to integrate these people. I don't believe, forming the Netherlands doesn't seem to really give you any benefits until age 4, when you get a little bit of combat speed. Unique infantry. Now, did he go with mill or I think he did go mill. Okay, so he went mill. He could grab the cav combat down here if he was fighting people. For now, it looks like, okay, so he's getting the heavy cavalrymen. Oh yeah, because if he upgraded, they would become regular cavalrymen. So he's gonna get heavy cavalrymen, then upgrade to that. He does have Renaissance, and then once again, they're going Chancery, and then they're going... Thank you, Tooltips. Why are they going Chancery, then University? I would go University, then Chancery. In fact, he's going Crown Power first. I would sprint, if you're this rich, I would sprint all the way down here. Now, we do see this Flemish Renaissance over here. This could actually be pretty funny, because that reduces your artist salary by a lot. If you combo the Flemish Renaissance with the Art Sukuo, with investing in your culture, you could get pretty good stuff. Now, we can see they make dyes in their capital. They make silk in their capital. So see, these are some of the richest capitals due to that throughput bonus on fine cloth. In multiplayer, there's not a whole lot you could do to compete with the output modifiers of Florence, Genoa, and Flanders. Their output modifiers are insane. And so Flemish cloth. Did Flemish cloth get... Oh, it's cloth output 33, fine cloth 10. Now, if he's got cloth output, he should have... He produces so much cloth that he is basically brute forcing. These gotta be so cheap, because he makes the dyes here already, then he makes the cloth here already. He gets so much efficiency. If I look at his market here, I'm wondering, is he exporting this fine cloth? Oh yeah, he's exporting it to everyone. Everybody's buying fine cloth here, so not too much to say other than that. Looks like, this has been a pretty typical game, not too much. Then the next up is Castile. Now, people have been saying Castile has not been playing that good. Castile has some problems. They don't have any access down here because, well, they just don't have any access. He did build a bailiff down here. Wait, don't they have something better? Doesn't Castile have something better? I thought they did. Not proximity cost. It's a local proximity source. Yeah, he could have built the lieutenancy, could he not have? Requirements not met. Okay, maybe I don't understand the lieutenancy. Anyway, so he got a bailiff here. He got some decent control down here. I'm going to assume, it's his silver. So he put the bailiff down in his silver to get some proximity, to get some control, to make a little bit more money. Other than that, he's running into the typical Castile problem. At some point, he's going to have to move his capital down south, because by moving his capital down south, he's going to get way more proximity control. But for now, he doesn't want to move it south, because then he loses all the northern land he built up. If we look around, I'm going to imagine that he's upgraded all the RGOs, but he hasn't. He's got a bunch of lumber here that he's not upgraded. That's weird. Other than that, he's got some... okay, maybe he didn't upgrade all the RGOs. If I was as rich as Castile, I think I would have just spammed every RGO. We got some good RGOs out here that are just not built up. Wool is good because that reduces your fine cloth. Stone helps your masonry. Horses are just generally good because everybody's going to be spamming cav. We're about to enter the cav spam. There's some food. He's only paying half for food, so he is selling food. Lots of people are food spamming. There's lots of food going on right now. People love that food. Castile did slaughter Aragon. There wasn't, unfortunately, much Aragon could do. Castile has that age 1 bonus for 15% morale. What did happen is Portugal, Castile worked together, and with their navies, they blocked the Berbers from ever moving north. And then because they couldn't get any of their units on the boats to get over there, they all got sunk. And then Aragon got destroyed because obviously the Castilian army with that 15 morale, with that huge size, it just destroyed Aragon. Aragon, I feel bad for because it was actually a player who originally had to fill in for an Ormuz who didn't show up to session 1. Then he was asked to fill in for Aragon who didn't fill in. So he's actually died twice now. We hope that in the 3rd session he could be filled in and die again. Other than that, if we look at the Castilian markets, did he make a 3rd market? I don't know if Toledo starts as a market. I don't think that starts as a market. Burgos is his main market. Yeah. You can often check if your demand exactly meets your imports. You're often... So he is exporting a lot. Actually, a lot of the French iron comes from Spain. That's interesting. Other than that, I don't really see any particular problems. Yeah, that's all just pretty good right there. Then we have Tornado. Now, Tornado practiced England a lot. He did so much single player practice. He was really, really hoping to win that 100 Years' War. And in session 1, he immediately lost and was pushed out because France just has too many troops and Flanders sided with him. Maybe if he had those Flemish troops, it would have changed things, but you always want to bet on the winner, not the loser, right? Immediately upon being pushed out of France, he fell into the pitfalls of England, which is that England is not very rich if they can't get some French money. So England, unfortunately, their income is not great. You can see on Castile here, some people do think that Castile's maybe not as rich as they could be. I kind of agree with that one. Castile should definitely be a little bit more rich, but you know, what are you going to do? I mean, they are making a solid nearly 70 gold, so it's fine. England needs to eventually outscale Castile, and their gross income is Castile's net income, which isn't great. There was a strategy. Actually, I can look here. Ooh, I did not actually look. Let's look at these sliders here. So we got a lot of centralization, innovative, full aristocracy. So that's pretty good. Ooh, he's making that money on full aristocracy. So you definitely 100 aristocracy because I can see that 5 discipline, right? Actually, I want to check these Genoese sliders. I keep forgetting to check these. Centralized, innovative, spiritual. Lots of people like being spiritual. Plutocratic. Oh, he's actually going and keeping free subjects. Now, the free subject serfdom is something that's being debated. If you look at Castile, what did we go on Castile? Little bit traditionalist. Oh, no. Oh, no, Castile. Okay, so that's obviously a problem. That is obviously a problem. I'm wondering, he did manage to accept, well, how many institutions has he accepted? None? Wait. None? Oh, no. Yeah, so there's obviously a problem here where accepting these institutions will cost a lot because he's full traditional. That's not good, Castile. That's not good at all. Castile's doing quite poor on those sliders. He needs to get more into innovative, which means he needs to get off traditionalist. But because he is... Oh, boy. Why is he pushing so much traditionalist? Looks like it's because, I think he just took every event option that pushed him traditionalist and didn't weigh in how much that was going to screw him over late game. Oh no, okay, let's look at tech progress here just to keep track of everything. So Naples is at 1.52. Tuscany with an event is at 1.91. Probably more like 1.75 normally. Genoa's at 1.65. With no event. So yeah, I imagine both of these two are 1.65. Flanders is over here with 1.71. Ooh, boy. Yeah, they're just the highest. That's pretty good over there, Flanders. Castile is over here with 1.51, which isn't bad. Do you have any events or anything like that? No, Castile. Wait, Castile did. Oh no, you embraced Institution 1 and 2. Oh, you. Oh no, Castile. What are you doing? Okay, so Castile definitely needs to chuck on more clergy stuff just to get them to be happier. You gotta appease your clergy. You just gotta. And yeah, it looks like he force removed religious literacy rights to try to do that. I mean, it's not too hard. I don't know why Castile's not taking any privileges. He's just taking none. You can just take urban development grants. That pushes innovative. You can take treasury rights if you're this desperate. Yeah, I mean, just take treasury rights at this point. Like, you need it. And then there should be one more. Is there not one more? There's capital. You haven't even taken line of commerce. Oh, no, Castile. Okay, so Castile's kind of riding on just beating the crap out of everybody. They got, yeah, oof, Castile, oof. We have Crown of Castile, which is definitely one of the things you can get. And that he has autocracy, which he could replace for better centralization. Yeah, he could replace autocracy with royal decree at this point. That would be way better. In fact, I imagine if I look at Tuscany. Well, Tuscany's not a royal decree. It looks like they went local army organization. I would just ditch that. You're not going to get your peasants to do shit. Ditch that. Grab the centralization slider. Well, actually, that wouldn't even help. What did Naples go over here? Naples, what did you do? Autocracy and royal decree. Flanders went... Yeah, okay. We're going to see lots of royal decrees. Except, I'm not sure Castile ever opened up this menu. Castile, did you ever open up this menu? Oh, you got this one. What is that? Ayuntamientos. That one's... Ugh. Caballeros Villanos. That one's actually pretty good. So his peasants are pretty happy, at the very least. Okay, Castile could be better. A lot better. This is actually not a great position for Castile, unfortunately. See, the problem is, even though Castile has a lot of money from being Castile, they're not using it very wisely, let's say. Okay, now let's go look at England. England, I do believe, they spent a lot of their game maxing their sliders. There are 100 spiritualists. Now, the reason we like spiritualists is that too tolerant to the true faith, giving you 10% satisfaction on every correct religion pop. Very good. It also gives you pop conversion speed, 50%. Now, that's pretty good because that just allows you to convert people. So if you ever change your religion, that's quite good. He's almost 100 communal. Some people don't like communal, but this one makes your pops never want to rebel. It gives you some estate satisfaction, and it makes it very easy to revoke privileges. So even though I think England is not making that much money, I do think that they're in a position where they can start scaling now. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they can start scaling because these sliders are in quite a good position. That is very good centralization. That is very good innovativeness. If we look at their age, okay, they do have banking and professional armies, so they're doing pretty good on that one as well. I would actually say, I think England outscales Castile if this current trajectory continues. Now, he did release these vassals. I think that was stupid. He did do a pretty cool play here. I actually like this one. He released Cornwall as an English vassal, and then they just converted, or they're Cornwallish people to English. So that worked out pretty well. The Welsh are getting converted because that's just what happens every game. What he probably should have done is just release this stuff. Is this Western Pomeranian? I don't know about that one. That one's Northumbrian. He could have forced these guys to be English. That might have helped a little bit. Are you English? That's Northumbrian as well. Maybe he's just accepting Northumbrian and he's just going to move with it. But they're not even trying to culture convert over here. So that's not too great. I do think England's in a very good position to scale. Let's say that. England's in quite a good position right now for scaling purposes. The communalism will allow him to... If we actually look here... yeah, okay. Once again, royal decree, agricultural cultivation. That's he's selling food. He barely buys it to manage it. So that's going quite good. He's pissed off his peasantry. I I definitely feel like he could give them some things back, like maybe give them hunting permits, give them representation in parliament. Yeomanry, I would probably stay with as well. I think he maybe did that one. I think he removed yeomanry to push serfdom, because serfdom has the advantages where you get more raw material output and you can tax the peasants more. The only problem is he's not taxing the peasants, unless his strategy. I can see a little thing here because it does save what the countries are doing. Now, if you actually look here, you can see all these people have their sliders managed. Tornado here has shown his hand. These sliders are unmanaged, as in he's moving these deliberately. The only reason to unclick your clergy slider is if you are going to convert your religion. So that one, interesting. The Lord's tax, now he's trying to keep them loyal. Why? Potentially he's trying to keep them loyal. Oh, you know what he's doing? Oh, I bet he untaxed them at the end a little bit to try to make himself look a bit weaker in the safe. I bet what he's doing is he's sitting the commoners on max tax. In fact, there's an easy way to check that. I can see a commoner rebellion. I can see that, Tornado. So you are putting your peasant slider to max. I suspect he's putting his peasant slider to max, and he just... I think that's why this is 55, and that was 55 satisfaction. I think he took that off so that when other people looked at his country, he looked a bit weaker. Yeah, okay, I think that's what's going on. Other than that, there's obviously nobody else slotted in Great Britain. So if he doesn't get yoinked off right now, if he does... he did help me in the Bohemian War, because nobody wants to see a strong Bohemia. They're quite powerful. So I would potentially owe him a favor, at the very least. I do believe he went mill ideas. We do have a UI change for the technologies. I think this is just way better, by the way, if you're wondering about that. So far as... Oh, of course you're swapping religion. You went tolerance ideas. Okay, so anyone who looks at his country knows what's going on here. He could have gotten this expected cost at court. He could have gotten that noble happiness. He could have gotten... I would go peasant levy. I think I would 100% go peasant levy, because you can die. I don't know why you would go medieval military and not peasant levy. Do you have an army? You do not have an army. You have some boats. And the thing is, those boats are not even out to sea. Why are they not out to sea? Why are you doing that? This is odd. I think he's trying to make himself look weaker in the saves, so nobody tries to kill him between saves. Now, he is being a bit greedy as well. He has not gone armory into men-at-arms like everybody else did. He hasn't gone... Oh, he's not going peasant levies because he's saving for longbowmen. Yeah, that makes sense. Boy, I think I would rush longbowmen then. You're in a precarious position. You have great sliders. You have great scaling. But it looks like you're trying to overgreed. Docks is fine. Okay, getting docks, I think that's totally fine. Pop promotion speed, I'm not too sure about. It's only 10%. I think, in my opinion, I would sprint. I would just turbo sprint down here to keep yourself safe. So far as your levies, you only have a mere 10,000. France has 26,000. You know, people can only help you stay alive against France if you don't die. People die when they're killed. We do have a naval push here. Are there any... Yeah, okay. So he's trying to push naval. He's taken away a lot of the rights from his burghers that I'm not sure I agree with. I mean, certainly we could do shipwright contracts. Certainly we could do sponsored maritime contracts if we were just trying to do that one, right? Certainly land of commerce is just quite amazing. Commercial advisory boards is also pretty good, is it not? And I don't... I mean, like, if you're already pushing capital economy, why not push a little bit more capital economy? I suspect he's trying to keep his crown power, but his crown power is not even that good. So he definitely maxed his sliders. I think the other options on his country, I think those could have gone a bit better, maybe. But he did get beaten pretty hard. The 100 Years' War ended unfortunately, with France in control of his family, and France sent all his family on crusade because it was really funny for France. The 100 Years' War ended with England buying land back from France. So it didn't go well for the English, let's say. So that takes us to France itself. Now, France did have a substitute this session. I suspect the sub was not entirely expecting the Western Schism surprise. He's probably not too happy with that one either. I'm not sure what he can do about it, but he's probably not too happy about it. So far as his actual income, that's doing pretty good. If we do look at all the incomes of all the countries, just flat incomes, Two Sicilies is number one due to, well, Western Schism. But of the real countries, it's Bohemia, France, Hungary, Castile, Mamluks. Genoa is up there as well. Tuscany, Papal States, that's suited teeth. And then me on Austria ahead of Flanders. So I'm doing pretty good up there. Ottomans are also making a decent chunk of... Now, it's gross income, by the way. That's not... gross income is gross. Okay. So, let's look at French sliders. We have a good centralization push. Good innovative. Decent spiritualist. Pretty good aristocracy. Serfdom. Super maxed on that serfdom. Pretty deep into traditional economy. He doesn't seem to be caring about whether he goes individualist or communalist. That one's not too good. Belligerent or conciliatory, people don't really care about that one either. So pretty typical there. What did France do? So France obviously won the 100 Years' War, sat back and stabilized a bit so people didn't try to kill him. Now, during the Great Coalition War, where Austria and the Allies managed to defeat the Bohemians and drive them to a white peace, France did use that time to eat a lot of land. Now, he ate so much land, in fact, that basically everybody could have coalitioned him, but they're not even going for it. Man, the HRE is just made of dumb people. France could hypothetically just continue to vassal expand east. They're eating their vassals on the internals. So far as their proximity, we're looking pretty good on proximity. That's actually one thing I don't think England understands is roads. If we do look at the road map mode, you will see a problem here. Castile is pretty much roaded up, everything good. They could do more to the east. I mean, I don't see any reason to not put roads over here. So Castile, you could definitely be better there, right? Flanders, pretty good. France, pretty good. I don't know, like, why are you guys not getting roads to, like, your adjacent land? Just, like, it's like a couple hundred gold to help you the entire rest of the game at, like, almost no upkeep. It's like 0.0001 upkeep. England doesn't even know where the goddamn road is. You do actually need roads. And the problem is England released a lot of their land as vassals, hoping that the vassals would control their land for them. But you could have just gotten a road, especially with how much centralization push you have. We could have just done a road. I definitely feel the road advantage here is going a bit underlooked. That's another thing we could have looked at was laws. I'm imagining most people are going to have very similar levels of laws. England has, civil code here. Everybody just stays civil code. Itinerant court is pretty popular. Central council is very, very popular. Unlimited export on precious metal distribution. It's okay. Nobility controlled mining operations. That could be burgher controlled. I think that's a little bit better myself. He did do some interesting things. He did limited censorship. Oh, wait, I'm looking at France. I do think England. Yeah, let's look at England here real quick. England went to no censorship. That's pretty obvious. I mean, he's obviously going to do a religion swap. I don't know what religions are available to him right now. But that gets him pretty good sliders. Tolerance is pretty good as well. Censorship also gives you some pretty decent event options. He went Central Council. He's Court of Culture. Now, I have seen some Courts of Culture. That pushes you to innovative, which people do like that innovative push. You do get cultural influence, which is pretty good. Skill of new artists is decent, but it does cost you an expected cost of court. Order of the Garter. I haven't seen a holy order. No, I guess they do. Order of the Garter. Their peasants are happier and people promote better. Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's see here. Yep, legal code, civil code. Everybody's going to be on that. Central council is pretty good. Decentralized bureaucracy? He's going decentralized bureaucracy. Now, I'm imagining that's because he's pushed enough centralization and he wants to get that monthly prosperity. Prosperity, oh yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Okay, that's probably a good idea. His prosperity is blown so hard out of the water, like it's so miserable and terrible right now, that he just has no pop growth. Is there a way on map modes? We can see the prosperity map mode. Yeah, after the double bubonic plague, lots of people have been blown out on prosperity. Holy shit, Lithuania. What the fuck? Okay. So Lithuania and Castile are doing pretty good on prosperity. I can tell that much. We'll go over them in a second. So he's trying to get his country to be prosperous to get that pop growth. The pop growth from prosperity is really important. And yeah, he very much probably wants to get more pops. That means he'll also have to eat his vassals. As for France over here, let's look at these French laws. Noble levies. I'm going to assume everybody that can go noble levies has moved to noble levies. Yeah, I mean, noble levies over here. Castile, do we have a unique one? Oh, you're on Allard. Allard? I don't like that at all. I would change that for noble levies. Yeah, I would just change that for noble levies. It's like 20 billion times better. England, we're going to assume England is also on noble levies. Oh, no, that right. They can't do that. They have to go longbow competitions to use their longbowmen. I would definitely go... you need to get that levy upgrade because you're currently taking 200% damage from your age 1 age 1 levies are taking 200% damage bonus, I believe, from men-at-arms. So you got to get that down because you're currently you're gonna die. You're gonna explode. Okay. France, what did we do on French technology? Looks like we went administrative. Oh, France went administrative instead of cav. They went mill, they could have gotten cav combat, French cavalry. Oh, France doesn't have peasant levy. France can't fight a war at all. Oh boy. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but there is absolutely 0% chance that France is going to be able to fight a war. None at all. That's not terribly great for France. Okay. Let's see. We did go down to cannon makers. He went oh, no. No. Don't go handgunners. Handgunners are strictly worse than men-at-arms. You want to go men-at-arms. Trust me. Do not do handgunners. They're funny, but trust me, they're bad. Not only are they more expensive, but they're not as good as men-at-arms. They need to be buffed, either by like a balance mod or by the developers themselves. Once again, we're sprinting pop promotion speed, likely because of the double plague. And that seems to be pretty noticeable. He does have 2 institutions accepted, so he's better than Castile on that regard. Cannon maker does mean he's one of the only people in Europe who can make cannons. That can make him good money. You got to get plated knights as well. You don't have peasant levies. You don't have plated knights. You don't have medieval military. I'm wondering here, you're trying to scale too much. You're relying on your French levies too much, and I promise you're going to get punished for it if you continue down this path. But I mean, so far as roads are doing pretty good. They definitely could build more roads up there to, get much more proximity. Good chunk of proximity going down here. Like, oh my God, that is so much proximity. Like, what the hell? It is so much proximity going down the road. Can we look at bridges? Did he build those bridges as well? Oh yeah, bridges, roads. He's got good ways to continue to scale, and he's just going to continue to scale. So that's pretty good for him. Nothing more to say for France. They won the 100 Years' War, played safe, and then they just took West Germany while Germany was on flames. Portugal. Now, I do know Portugal is headed by Luke C. Luke C's meme is that he's not particularly fantastic on the game, but he does have diplomacy mind control. Any nation he plays can mind control other nations to let him win the game. I don't know how, I don't know why, but he will always manage to make his opponents die so that he can win anyway. Let's see, we just have 2 footmen and armored horsemen. I'm going to imagine... Oh, he is building armories. No. Is Portugal... Wait. Am I looking at Portugal? Huh? Oh, it's plus 70. Okay, that's gotta be a bug. Yeah, okay. Okay. So Portugal is also like Castile, not particularly good on technology. Please tell me you got your sliders. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, Portugal's sliders are not good. Not good at all. This is bad. Okay, so we are centralized. From the centralization perspective, we're doing good. He is so traditionalist. This is bad. Ugh, this is bad. Just to accept the institution. Let's go look right here. Oh no. Okay. Income is 0. We don't do income over here. He should definitely, I would recommend anyone who hasn't done this, I would put the bare minimum on food. Build enough food that you'll never buy it, but always do this, because what can happen is one territory can just starve for a month and then they start migrating out, and that's really bad. Despite having infinite stability, he's also annoyed here. Actually, okay, let's go look at the English text speed. 1.62, that's about, yeah, that's decent enough. France is not doing great. Ooh, they pissed off their clergy. Yeah, you need to get that clergy under control. Well, what did you do? No, guys, get your clergy happy. Surely England has got, I mean, I know Tornado, he got his clergy happy. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, no, that's like 100% my opinion, that's the correct call. Oh yeah, and I can look at France here. Just give them everything. If they want anything, just hand it to them. You want the technology, you want religious advisory council? Like, sure thing, buddy. Okay, so we should definitely be handing more to the clergy here. That's like number 1. Number 2, I definitely think handing... You didn't give building rights to the burghers? That's build cost. That's build cost right there. That's build cost. Okay. Let's look at roads then. Roads are... Oh, does Portugal know what roads are? I'm not so sure. I'm unconvinced. I'm pretty sure those are their game start roads. I'm 100% sure those are their game start roads. Yeah, control could be a bit better. His proximity is doing fine, likely because he's centralized. Let's look at your laws. Did you update your laws? You got state inquisitors. That's pretty good. State inquisitors. Oh wait, that pisses people off. Ooh, I don't know if I like state inquisitors. I think I would give that to papal control. Papal control just makes people happier. State inquisitors, that pisses people off. To convert more? I mean, I guess it keeps your rebels like the tiniest and most insignificant amount under control for just efficiency of cabinet. That's not worth it. I would not have gone state inquisitors. So that leads us to, he is on noble levies, that's good. Central council, yep. Itinerant court, yep. Civil law, these are all good. Good. At best, he could go to burghers. So his laws are good. I don't see any... favor the ruler. Everybody, I mean, I'm just gonna assume by default everybody's gone favor the ruler. What is this? Fewage levy tax. The peasants are a little bit more annoyed, but you can tax them better. And cost of court, -5%. Holy crap. What? Well, that ain't balanced. Wait, he doesn't even... Just pay your cost of court and get your legitimacy up to 100%. It's just silly that you're not. I don't know. Normally people try to make themselves look weaker in this saves, not stronger. Okay. If Portugal actually got roads, I think they'd be in a good position. The roads is like the major problem here. On their market, I'm not seeing anything that they're like overly importing. Glass, I guess he could make his own glass industry. That's not too important. I'm going to assume, yeah, he imports lots of gold. Once again, that's fine. Nothing here. He's not a very large populace. He actually gets all his dyes from Morocco. When I do get to Poland, there's a funny thing on Poland we'll talk about in a second. Okay, so nothing really to go over here on Portugal. As for Aragon, they died. They died to overwhelming waves of Castilians. So, oops. Well. moving along to Austria, I did the pretty typical Austria play, which is I vassal expanded to the left. I didn't try to vassal spam like Eastern Europe is, which we'll get to that. I just tried to vassal expand to the left because you've got Upper Bavaria and Lower Bavaria that you can eat. You've got Salzburg that you can eat. I did get the County of Tyrol, which was pretty lucky, actually. This doesn't really happen that often. I did release 2 vassals in the west, and then I released these 2 as fiefdoms at the end, which now I kind of regret, and I might just end up releasing them because they don't do anything, but I didn't really know how awkward that was going to be, so yeah. As far as what we did in the game, well, I attacked westward, and I procced a little coalition that at the time was like literally everyone. And Bohemia joined the coalition and declared into me. Now, what we did was we fought Bohemia, and you can see my noticeable population decline here. We fought Bohemia a lot. We raised and unraised and raised and unraised our levies a few times. We kept chucking in because this fortress here, Wadhofen an der Thaya, was actually a very, very good defensive position. It's got a forest and it's got a plateau. So while we were in Wadhofen, we were able to take pretty good battles against them. Bohemia only has age 1 units. So despite having the rather absurd manpower bonus from being the Holy Roman Emperor, which we'll get into later, his infantry were not actually doing that well because we're using age 2 levies and he was using age 1 regulars. So they were actually only going 1-to-1 into me. Going 1-to-1 into a -2 while having a outdated infantry is a bit wild, by the way. That's a bit wild. I did go mill ideas over here. You can see the levy size. Over here, we've got the levy combat efficiency. I want to obviously use those. Now, I'm not sure, because what I did is we ran for the diplomatic annexation, expected cost to court, because that's really good. I didn't get local nobility. We ran over here for a land of mountains and rivers. We got Inquisition law to get the 1% of state happiness. Max literacy, max RGO in towns and cities, blah, 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 blah. So I set myself up pretty well. Now, I did also manage to sprint down here to get to men-at-arms. I believe comparing me to Bohemia was, despite getting this stuff way before me, is actually pretty far behind, unfortunately, at his technological advancements. I'm a bit ahead of him. Now, we did die to the plagues. I mean, you can see my population got... I'm actually below the UI there. We actually fall below that slightly. We're literally below the minimum it even allows me to go to, which is crazy. But we do have some men-at-arms now. My taxes are pretty good. We're making a good chunk of money right now. Can I? Yeah, okay, so we're making a good chunk of money up here at 51. Next patch, I did check, by the way. Next patch, we're going to be making a good bit less money, but that should be fixed if we just release some dudes and get some dudes loyal. I mean, it's a bit rough because we are getting nerfed down a little bit, but what are you going to do? Okay. Other than that, I mean, we fought Bohemia, and we heroically fought him by ourselves. We were helped a little bit by my allies. I did get help from Poland, from Hungary, from Two Sicilies, from Genoa, and from England. But other than that, I did everything myself. Shockingly, Bohemia nearly fought us to a standstill. We could only force peace him. And the only reason we could force peace him was because his AI allies kept dying in battles until we got to 50%. And then we were able to take a bunch of his money. But, oh boy. So far as tax base, I did show you guys that earlier. We are pretty solid tax base. We make a pretty solid amount of money. And that's keeping us pretty stable right now. Food is really good. We moved the capital to Linz, because if you do look here at Linz, we get control all over Bavaria, and we get control over Eastern Austria as well, and then we get control all the way down into there. Our state privileges are pretty well done, but I think they could be a little bit better. Our clergy are pretty happy. We got everything that makes the clergy happy. The one I need to get rid of is the fortification licenses, because we don't need the fort limit, and decentralization is Not good. And we're obviously going to need to get rid of some of that decentralization. We're actually at our fort limit, so maybe that fort modifier is, you know, like a good thing to have. But, I mean, reasonably, we set up a good fort line in the north. All of these are on... Well, this one's actually only on a -1, but... Oh, he probably should have pushed for Holebrunn, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Are all these flatland? Yeah. So he was actually pushing through the -2. There's a -2 here. There's a... I think it's a mountain. Yeah, so you can't push through this fort. You can't... I mean, this fort's pretty bad. This fort's pretty bad. This fort... This would only be in a -1. So he could have tried to force through here. That actually would have been better, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that would have been better for him. I mean, what I could do is just throw 3 forts in here so that he needs to, like, siege through 3 different forts to actually push through. But, yeah, for now, I mean, reasonably, I think Austria, I got some flaws, of course. It's not perfect. Centralization is going fine. Innovative is also going pretty well. We aren't too good on spiritualist. I mean, we're only, what is that, 50? Yeah, we're only 50 spiritualists. We're decent at aristocracy. Like, my sliders themselves aren't too great, I'll put it that way. But, I think the country itself makes a lot of money. I suppose what we could have done is focused more on getting those sliders better. Removing and adding some estate bonuses would maybe have been nice, but I never really had the opportunity to take a huge stability hit due to the giant Bohemia to my north. As for now... Yeah, we've got most of the stuff vassalized. We're pretty good from this perspective. I'll probably lose some stuff here in the west. There's not much I can do about that, either due to France or Bohemia just sprinting into me. I mean, Bohemia could probably take Linz, but what are you going to do, right? And so, yeah, I mean, other than the horrible death war with Bohemia, didn't go too great for me. Next up, or I shouldn't say didn't go too bad for me. Next up is Bohemia. Now, Bohemia, well, actually, I mean, I should show here. My laws are all good. Everything's good. Income and expenses are pretty decent. 100 income. Bohemia is obviously making 205 income, which is insane. That is a very, 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 very large amount of income. That's likely due to all his gold mines and stuff. His people aren't too happy with him, but he's going to get that stability up. He's paying for stability. For some reason, he's got his fort maintenance up as well. Probably just trying to keep the garrisons online in case of a siege. Yeah, his cost of court is pretty high as well. Oh, because he's a great power. Oh, okay. So the only thing holding him back right now is the fact that he got the great power modifier. Yeah, that one's pretty rough. Let's not try to get that on our nation. And obviously, you can see that both me and Bohemia here, we've put roads everywhere. Everything is roaded. So his country management seems pretty decent from that perspective. Everything is roaded. The proximity of Bohemia is, like, redonkulous. That's because Bohemia has that unique law. Which one is that? Is it here? Yeah, legal code. This one over here. Gives some negative 10% proximity cost and they also keep the centralization just to make the nobles a little bit less happy, but then you also hit their power, so that's pretty good. So far as his tech gains and all that, you can see he's at 1.63 tech. I'm at 1.66 tech. That's likely due to... He's a little bit innovative. Actually, where is he getting that from? Where is he getting that from? Number of embraced institutions, courtesy of sex, average literacy. Is that just average literacy? No. Oh, he's got one more embraced institution than me. Yeah, I mean, he did get Renaissance before me, but that's because he can trade a lot. I could not, for the life of me, I could not trade and get anything into my country because every time I tried to trade, someone beat me on the market advantage and it just crushed me. I was just getting crushed on that one. There was not a whole lot that I could do. So he does have an outrageous army here that he is paying for. There's not much anybody can do to stop this army, and this is an age 1 army, so he doesn't even pay much maintenance on it. He does, of course, get lots of manpower from being the Holy Roman Emperor, so he doesn't really need to worry about that one. Yeah, his impact of me fighting him before the war was not very big. I was impacted by throwing in and trying to fight him. He was not very much impacted by that, and... that's him. Of course, he was also fighting Poland, Hungary, etc. So the great anti-Bohemian coalition did fire, but we can't. It's almost impossible to stop this nation. This nation is basically a 1v12 boss monster. It's a bit absurd. So far as what he did in the game, I don't think he did a lot. He integrated exactly 0 vassals. So coming up next patch, he's going to be screwed by that. I don't understand why he didn't integrate even a single vassal. He vassalized 2 people in the north, and that was it. Which, once again, I don't understand why he didn't expand more. I mean, he had Brandenburg, he had Lusatia up there. Like, he had lots of people, he had lots of things he could do. And he just didn't, I guess. He could have at least tried to integrate. Is he trying to integrate Moravia? No, he's trying to integrate only Meissen. Why is he trying to integrate Meissen instead of Moravia? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, he's got... does he have the river? Yeah, he's got a river. Oh god, I can't see because it's like winter. I mean, I know there's a river doing something over here. He could get a bit of control there. Overall, I mean, he's Bohemia. He's really strong, and he doesn't seem to have made any catastrophic misplays, but he doesn't seem to have gone above and beyond, I suppose. Like, he's Bohemia. It's really hard when a dude has 3,500 standing armies, and once he gets the tech for it, he is making a bit of a mistake on this tech, and if he watches this, he'll fix it. He's trying to get men-at-arms instead of trying to get the new Bohemian unit. This was added, I think, 2 patches ago, the Wagenburg. This is an infantry. It has 10% morale damage taken reduction, but also has a 10% strength damage of the men-at-arms, but then also gets secure flanks at 125% instead of at the 100%, which I'd have to do the math to understand, but that's like basically somewhere around like another 5 to 6% damage reduction. So yeah, the Wagenburg, if he gets to those, I don't think anyone can stop him at that point. Urbanization decrease is decent. He's got population production. It looks like, yeah, he went admin. He went admin instead of going mill. I guess to try to get the max literacy. It seems kind of odd to me, though, because this nation is like infinite money, so I don't know why you wouldn't just go for that one. Yeah. What does he even get out? I mean, he gets the expected cost to court from admin, but he doesn't even really want to get that one. He's doing out a reputation and capacity over here, which, okay, I guess. All right, Bohemia, he tried to kill me, and everyone in the world tried to stop him, and we fought him to a standstill. In the Bohemia versus everyone war, he fought it to a standstill. Okay, let's look at Poland. Poland has one obvious flaw here that I've looked at, and it is a really big flaw. They didn't build roads, and they really need to build roads. They really need the Bohemian road program. They've focused almost all their efforts here on just building the roads down the river, but like if they started building these roads to the north, like that's 20 controls. So like this one here, instead of having -1, would have, what is that, 80? I mean, not literally 80, but it would be a lot. It would probably be probably around 70 proximity. So that's pretty good. I mean, you can see my nation over here. If I look things 4 away, okay, 56 for me. Now let's look at what he did with his sliders. Let's see. We got mass decentralization. So I guess he prepped for next patch with his stupid vassal swarm. He's pretty prepped for it. He's max decentralized, so they should probably stay loyal, but I don't know. I'd have to look at it. Not centralized at all. He just needs to get roads. A little bit innovative. Not humanist or spiritualist, which I think is a mistake. Aristocracy's good. Serfdom's good. He just maxed traditional economy, which, sure, I mean, I guess he just doesn't. I mean, it's food production, population capacity. Traditional economy does technically give you more pop growth through the food production and the population capacity, so it's not a bad thing. Capital economy is a bit better at making money, though. He's not too pushed into communalism either. Honestly, traditional economy is not even bad, which is kind of funny. So overall, I think Poland's doing fine. I mean, they're doing fine. Overall income here? Yeah, this is a pretty good income. What Poland did this game is they mostly just stomped on the AI. And then they came heroically. Me and Poland did manage to push Bohemia off the fort. His levies combined with my levies, we did actually beat them, and we took him off the fort. Now, he didn't have his vassal swarm. His vassal swarm is in the north. That's what England had to try to fight. That was a bit difficult. Once Naples joined the war, we were able to actually start trying to push aggressively, but we couldn't. It was a bit difficult because, like, we go from giving him a -2 to taking a -2. That's not really going to be possible. Hungary helped out a little bit. I think they sent their army. I'm not entirely sure they fought, though. So, yeah. Let's talk about Hungary then. Hungary is very centralized. They are pushing so much centralization, they should be totally fine next patch even. Outrageously innovative, very good spiritualist, good aristocracy, deep, into serfdom, not too bad. Land is pretty decent, traditional economy maxing. It looks like he's trying to go to capital economy. I'm not sure I agree with that one. And then he's got the communalism. He's pushing giga communalism. I'm wondering if he's gonna try to use that to fix his sliders. So what do we look at? If he's that communal, did he start? Ooh, well, he's that communal. I think what I would have done myself is I would have taken more of the clergy stuff. I mean, you can get them like powerful dioceses. I mean, you can see his research part. I mean, 1.66 is not bad. I mean, that's what I'm getting. But is that because he embraced? No, he's just got decent literacy. The clergy are pretty happy for now, at least. So, I mean, that's not too bad. As for Poland, what was your... Oh, your research is not very good. Yeah, Poland definitely... yeah, I could just see it right here. You guys gotta get more of these clergy stuff. Like, just take the clergy stuff. Like, you got that one. That one's free. That one's pretty much free as well. That one, not free, but not bad either. So, I mean, that's 15 loyalty. That's just tech right there. That's just tech spread. Technology is good. So that's for Poland. What did he do? So, I mean, we did mention, Hungary. Hungary and Poland and Two Sicilies have the Giga King, and they just spammed fiefdoms. So that's working out for them. Up here, I do believe what he was trying to do, why he released these in this order, he released everything here as Hungarian to remove Transylvanian culture. I don't know why, but he just did that. The Transylvanian culture is basically gone. I think he accepted Slovak. Did you accept Slovak? Yeah, your Slovak is... Wait. No, it's not accepted. It's tolerated. Well, I guess he starts with a core because it started at game start, but that's a bit weird. He didn't accept anything. He just tolerates them. He literally just tolerates them. He didn't accept anything. He literally accepts nothing. Okay, that's a choice. As here's the state privileges. He's got the German settlers. I mean, he's got a pretty typical list here of stuff. Yeah, the only thing I could recommend is just slap a little bit more clergy on there. So far as technology is going, Hungary did manage to avoid the Great Wall of Stupid. Hungary often becomes the Great Wall of Stupid, where they just do not get institutions, but he managed to force imports here. So he, let's see, it looks like he's going to sprint men-at-arms. That's pretty typical. So he sprints men-at-arms. Yeah, I mean, I told you guys that's like a default play. Then he's going to get the military tactics. Is he going to get a cav? Yeah, he's getting cav because he's hungry, so it's always pretty good. Over here, he did get peasant levy. That's pretty typical. Oh, he went down all the way down here for levy size. I haven't seen anybody sprint that yet. He could get the max burgers, I would have thought. He could add Inquisition law. I mean, you don't need it. Diplomatic organization, I don't think he cares about that one. I cared about that one as Austria, because like I needed to get that under control. Anything else queued up? No. No, everything's just pretty typical here, I would say. Everything's pretty typical. He doesn't have Renaissance yet, but I don't either, so what are you going to do? So far as money, we make lots of money. He makes lots of money. This, oh my god, it's just because he doesn't spend any money. You know, some people got to spend money to make money. He's not even spending money. He's not doing anything. He's just sitting there. He's just sitting there making money. Surely you could spend some of that on stability. Surely. Surely. Oh, well. Yeah, other than that, I mean, levies at 14,000, but, you know, everybody died. Bohemia has a mere 12,000, so he's got pretty good levies right now. So far as laws, I mean, yeah, he went centralized bureaucracy, central council. I do think that, especially next patch, we might see some swaps to decentralized bureaucracy to get the monthly prosperity, because that's going to be pop growth. Because prosperity is no longer just going to go to 100, then sit there indefinitely. It'll have some decay modifiers. Let's see, noble levies, Order of St. George, noble levy size, yep. Central Council, Civil Law, Court of Culture. I've seen some people do Court of Culture. They're either just sitting on it, or they're, I mean, I think by default you have aristocratic court. I guess that's just to push innovative, which isn't the worst idea. Then, language of pleading. Okay. Man, I wish I had a language of pleading. Favor the ruler. Everybody goes favor the ruler. Nobility controlled mining operations. You could change that to burgher controlled mining operations, but I guess if you want to stay traditional economy, that one's totally fine. I mean, I don't think I changed off it either. I mean, it's aristocracy and traditional economy. Traditional economy is not bad. It's, I would say, quite decent in the early game. Pretty much the late game, too. I mean, you just get pop growth, right? So that's Hungary. Who's up next? We got Tunis. Oh, boy. So, I mean, okay, you got Tunis here. A bit of a bad thing. He got hit twice by the buggy patch. That was not great. He's also in a death war. We haven't gotten quite to the Hesse Empire. We haven't shown you guys the Hesse Empire. But he is in a death war with that. And, I mean, he's using his levies. Oh, no. He never got peasant levies. Oh, he's just... No, yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why would you get... Why would you go levy size? Why would you get levy size and all that crap? Why would you do that before just going peasant levies? Get peasant levies. It's right there. It's free. It's free. Okay. Okay. Let's look at roads. How many roads does he have? He's got some. I mean, it could be better, it could be worse. I think for the most part, he's just roading in between. I'm not sure he actually built any new ones, though. I mean, surely he could be getting some roads to, like, this stuff, right? I mean, if we look at his proximity, it kind of just stops once the roads stop. And this is not, I mean, this is like a hill, grassland, sure, but this is like a desert. Desert aren't great. Let me look at the topography map mode here. It's all flatland and a plateau. Plateaus are only 12.5%. And then if we look at the vegetation, it's grasslands, a couple woods. No, actually, there's no desert here. So roads would be really nice. Unless he's just, oh, he's not building his RGOs. Oh, no. Why is he not building his RGOs? Oh, people, you got to build your RGOs. I'm assuming the rich countries have built up. Oh, yeah, you could just see here. Although, I mean, you could have built that stone, and you could have built that wheat, Tuscany. Could have built that tin. Why did you not build that tin? Could have built that fur. Okay, some of you guys are... Oh, no, Poland. Build your RGOs and get a road. Why would you build all 7 RGOs here and then not just put a road to it? Like, it just... You're what? It's like you spent more money building the RGOs than building a road to it. Okay, so far as the Hesse War. So Hesse Empire, they came down here, smashed Mali, took over Nubia, and now they're running up here to take out the Berbers next. And they are doing that with a giant stack. This is a giant stack of tribal cavalry. They are quite devastating, very difficult to fight them. Yeah, they got the regular infantry here, and that's all tribal cavalry for the most part. I think it's a couple regiments of cavalry, but other than that, it's all tribal cavalry. That's going to be rough to deal with. I don't think Morocco has the troops to deal with that. They'll probably be able to break even, I think. As in, like, they might be able to push this to a 50-50 war. And then Castile or Portugal are going to come down, and that's going to be a slaughter. Or potentially Naples will come down, and that'll be a slaughter. Next session, I suspect they might be dead. So maybe it was best they didn't build roads, because then whoever conquers them doesn't get roads. But I mean, losing this many troops, really the only thing they got going for themselves is malaria. They got malaria, and that's going to be helpful. But other than that, somebody should really take Sardinia. I mean, how many pops are in Sardinia? Surely that's got to be some, right? I mean, even after they depleted, that's still like 40,000 people. Not even 40,000, that's like nearly 60,000 people. After we fix up the save, that'll definitely be over like 100. It might even be 200,000. So I do think Sardinia is something worth having. I'm not sure why nobody took that, especially because, I mean, that's 3 away. Where is the natural harbor? Okay, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 away from Naples. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from Genoa. So there's definitely, I mean, could we do this a different way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Okay, so Corsica is a natural harbor here. That's 1, 2, 3 away. So Corsica could definitely be controlled by Genoa quite easily. I'm not sure why that's still a vassal, to be honest. That should have been integrated. Integrating Italy is fine, but whatever. As far as vassals, I don't think he vassal spammed. Morocco vassal spammed a little. I'm not quite sold on the idea of giving away your vassals. A lot of people forget this. The Berbers do have a unique law here. The Amazigh familial connections. They get proximity costs through land reduction. So they actually have decent proximity, even in the early game. You can see here that the proximity of Morocco is actually clipping. It actually could be into that vassal. I mean, he's got roads, and the roads are being hurt a little bit. Now, why is this one being hurt? It's because... Oh, it's a wooded hills. Relative amount of tribesmen is destroying his proximity. Oh, well, we'll get to that when we get to Morocco. Which I guess we'll do in 1 second. After we look here, centralization is decent. Traditionalist as hell. That one's not too great. Traditional economy, fine. He didn't push mysticism or jurisprudence. Sliders are fine. Nothing special, but they're fine. Then we look at Morocco. So first off, is he settling? Well, he has an empty cabinet slot. Okay, well, you could probably use that to settle tribesmen, could you not? I mean, just settling Fez would be a good thing. Getting rid of that proximity cost modifier and all that. I can see he's on peasant levies. So Morocco actually did get peasant levies. He went admin ideas. And for some reason, people are skimping on the expected cost of court. They'll get monthly legitimacy to reduce the cost of court, but not get the expected cost of court. He's also trying to save money by not paying for his cost of court. Once again, I think it's better to just go full into cost of court and then make it up from there. And then you're reducing you're reducing your inflation, just, you know, take that up 1. Stability's fine, selling food. So he's got his food under control, or does he? Maybe he does. I mean, let's look at the market here. Are there any particular problems? I should mention one of the reasons Poland's economy collapsed is because Poland was exporting the dyes for basically all of Europe, and everybody noticed that Poland was giving everybody their dyes, and so everybody started building dyes, and then all of Poland's dyes just kind of became bad. Where are his dyes? Did he? I mean, I know he was making a lot of them. He had like 15. Where'd they all go? Huh. Anyway, so let's see here. He is exporting a shitload of dyes, which is probably fine. That's interesting. He's giving dyes to Ferrara because they're not making their own dyes. So far as wood, he is actually producing enough wood. That's a major issue with Morocco, is the wood. And I bet you, yeah, he's exporting all that sugar. Actually, it's kind of funny. If the Hesse Empire down here, if they actually kill Morocco, Europe won't be able to get their wood. He's a bit on a shortage of tools here. Fine silk's fine. Everything else seems to be fine. He's doing everything very nicely. Yeah, no real issue. So his market's fine. His economy, his actual income is a mere 60. I'm imagining that's because he gave things away. Morocco only making 60 is a bit of a though. I definitely feel like, I mean, he did get smashed by 2 plagues. I'll grant you that. So that definitely hurts your economy for sure. But I mean, I'm just looking at the amount of buildings he has, and this is not enough. Morocco has a city next to a city. Both of these can be built up really hard. And then they got a city down here, which will be a good proximity because it's downriver, right? So, like, I definitely feel like these cities should have been built up more. They definitely should have been built up more. Yeah. Nothing else to say about Morocco. I just don't like this release vassal play. Like, don't release vassals. I don't know why you guys release vassals in everything. How much money are you making from this vassal, which you can no longer raise levies from? It's Dukala, he's making 0.59. 0.59! I don't understand why everybody's doing that. Okay, so then next up we've got Hesse. Okay, you want to know what Hesse did? I told Hesse that he should take Korbach and build up the gold mine. Now, the problem is he built up literally only the gold mine. For the first, 20, 30 years of the game, his only building that he built was this gold mine. This caused his inflation to go to 45%. Now, he is reducing it now, but holy crap! Too much! He needed to be using his gold to build up and get income in other cities and towns and RGOs, if nothing else, just RGOs, because the amount of inflation you get from a gold mine depends on how dependent your economy is on that gold mine. And his economy was very dependent. Actually, I want to check something here in Morocco and Tunis. There is an estate modified that I've seen a lot of people not get. And oh, where is it? They didn't get freedom of interpretation. This thing is so broken, and it gives you 5 max literacy on your whole country. Okay, Tunis, you failed literally the reading comprehension test. I'm sorry. Okay, Morocco, did you fail reading comprehension? No, he didn't. No, he okay, so he got freedom of interpretation. So if we look at the 1.57 tech gain, you're at 1.46. Ugh, that's no good. So when we look at Hesse, 1.53. Ugh, you didn't give your clergy happiness. Get your clergy happy so you get technology. Okay. What do we got in the region? Looks like he's about to win a war with the North. He just didn't peace out. He's got one last fort to get through. Oh, it's probably his capital. He's got too many vassals, I can tell you that much. Like, everything here is his vassal. He didn't want to integrate this land, but it's all OPMs. It's really easy to integrate OPMs. I don't understand people's, obsession with vassals. Like, I get it, I get it. You want a bit less antagonism, and you don't want to use integrate. But, you're just screwing over your ability to scale because you got all these vassals. I mean, he, for the most part, wasn't centralized anyway, so it's not that big a deal, right? He'll just decentralize on the next patch, but I cannot imagine that these vassals are all... Oh my god, why do you have so many? Oh, okay, so that's not gonna work well for him. Well, he's integrating 1. Yeah, he's gonna have to spend the entire rest of his life integrating vassals. The thing is, he doesn't even have that much antagonism. In fact, he almost has none. He's way too terrified of getting coalitioned. I just don't think that you should be that terrified of getting coalitioned. Does he have any allies? Well, he's probably not going to have any allies because he has no diplomatic capacity, right? Yeah, he has no allies, so he can't try to stave off a coalition by having an ally. As far as his money is not good. This money would be good, but it's not good because he is using a gold mine and not actually making any money. So that's not good. That's not good at all. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Okay. Realistically, he just needs to take some land from Brunswick. Then he needs to start integrating. He is integrating a little bit. He is encouraging migration to Casal. Now, that's a neat trick because you will get integration from the entire market. See that? So all these dudes if they've got spare pops. Well, where is the market? Oh, that's weird. Migration's a bit weird. Yeah, you can see a lot of times they'll migrate in, but not always. So I think at this point, migration's good and all, but like I think they nerfed this migration strategy a lot in some of these recent patches. It seems to be much more regional migration. You don't just seem to hit everyone and get them all migrated. So I would start developing. Frankly, there's no reason to not be developing this home province because it's so big and it has a gold mine. I would be developing that basically the entire game. I would have one dude on development and one dude on integration basically the entire game. Not much more to say. He should be making more money. If he had that gold mine, I think he should have been making more money, especially because he has that many vassals. It's too many. Okay, next up is Wartenberg. Now, I do believe Wartenberg integrated a bit more. I do think he's probably got he's got a couple vassals, but it's nothing too bad. It's all fine, reasonably. He is getting armories over here. In fact, let me look back to Hesse for 1 second. Your sliders are mediocre. Pretty mediocre sliders. Did you go mill or admin? You went admin as well, and you still didn't get the expected cost of court. Didn't get max literacy for clergy. You didn't get Inquisition Law. Inquisition Law, take it or leave it, but it is a free 1% happiness. You did actually go Peasant Levies. You did do that. That's nice. Over here, you do have armories, so that's pretty good. Now, this is the unique technology of Rhine-Franconian. Noble levy size and monthly army tradition. So, okay, yeah, he's doing that in the Noble Knights, so that's pretty good. What is he doing before that? Oh, he's getting bureaucracy. Fair enough. Oh, I can see over here, Rhine-Franconian gets the Rheinster Mundsveren. Monthly diplomat, trade capacity. Trade capacity is, yeah, it's a decent enough modifier like that. Nothing else particularly. Yeah, so he's not doing too bad on technology. His technology is mostly fine. And, I mean, 1.53 is not great. Now, here on Wartenberg, we're 1.58. Why are we 1.58? Because you haven't given anything to the clergy! Get those clergy up! It's like, look, you might not believe me, but even if you're getting like 5, 6, 7% more technology gain, I think that's just worth it. That's my opinion. So let's look at your country. In fact, let's look at the road network of all these countries. Let's see. Hesse is nearly full roads, just these two that aren't, but these aren't built up at all, so whatever. Wartenberg, no roads. Very odd, that one. He's improving relations with a bunch of players. That's interesting. Hesse, Flanders, Genoa, and then his vassal. Why? I mean, he can already ally them if he wants to. Is he afraid of me killing him? Now, I did help Wartenberg, and then when it came down to the Bohemia War, he, unfortunately, denied my call to arms, then allied Bohemia. And Lithuania? Interesting. Why Lithuania? Maybe Poland and Lithuania aren't as allied as they think, so if it's Austria and Poland against Wartenberg, Bohemia, Lithuania. Interesting. I don't think people realize how strong Bohemia is. It takes like 5 dudes to equalize to them. But we are getting good manpower. His manpower is already pretty good. He's going to have to build that up. His income is pretty dang good. Making 20 net income, which is a solid amount. For maintenance is fine. Cost of court. I would just put that in full, because otherwise you're just equalizing. What's the point of equalizing? Yeah. It is interesting how much he's building, though. On that much income. I'm wondering if he got a cash infusion from another player. Yes. Huh. You know, I could just tell that. Why is France enabling Wartenberg, who's being helped by Bohemia, to kill Austria? Now, the Italians are pretty strong right now, and they are kind of the Justice League. They will keep the world safe, but I'm not sure even the Justice League down here can prevent a Bohemian-French alliance. That one is bad, although France is not in a great militaristic state right now, so I'm a bit wary of this one, actually. France is supporting Wartenberg, who's allied to Bohemia, who's allied to Lithuania. So that's an anti-Austria-Poland thing. Are you guys kidding me? Guys, look at Bohemia! And then look at me! He gets that upgraded, and that's 7,000 troops. I have 600! Fellas. Okay. So Wartenberg needs to build roads. Fundamentally, he just needs to build roads. Take the cash infusion. Wait, are you getting that money? Oh, he's getting economic support from France. Okay. Okay. So he needs to take this money and build roads. Just get roads. Just I beg you, get some roads. Just please, people. Like, I don't think you realize, like, the reason I get so strong in Austria isn't like I'm some savant. It's like I build RGOs and roads. Like, I'm just sitting there, RGO, road, RGO, road, RGO. And people are like, man, you're so strong. And I'm like, bro, roads. All roads lead to roads. So, okay, just get roads, buddy. Even if you're gonna kill me, please kill me and have roads with you first. That would be nice. Okay. So, who is next up here? We have where am I? Sweden. Oh, Sweden. Now, Sweden did prep for the next patch. They integrated all their vassals, and they are trying to centralize. Why are they not pushing good centralization? That's a solid question. How are we this late in the game, and you are not centralizing? Good question, me. Thanks, me. Let's see here. It is because you took commoners and administration. Interesting. Market fairs. Itinerant court, I think, is good, but I think you need to centralize a bit more before you start going with that one. Royal decree, embellish great works of faith, building roads light. I mean, those are all good. The development and control is miserable, so I'm not sure what to do about that one, truth be told. Aristocracy is good, innovative's good, traditional 100%. That's good. Naval control, or sorry, naval push is going up. Not on land or to naval right now, so kind of got to pick a lane here. They did integrate all their vessels on the right for the most part, so they're down to one. Oh, no, never mind. They still have a lot. It just didn't occur to me. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, they are not going to be centralizing next patch. In fact, they will not be centralizing at all. So, yeah. Oh, wait, did I count Gotland too? Oh, boy. That's bad. Yeah, I mean, your centralization is gone. You integrate. How many vassals are you guys making? Okay, now when we do look into Sweden, we can see they do get a bunch of money from their vassals. Scania, Zealand, these are good vassals. I'm not, like, why do you guys need, like, why does this and this and this, why do all of these need to be different vassals? Like, you guys, control is not that important. If they're poor as shit, they're gonna keep being poor as shit. Like, let them combine a little bit. Ugh, whatever. Let's see. You keep your clergy at half, which, great. So you're down here at 1.38 research. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, boy, you haven't even embraced any institutions. Oh, no. Sweden is forming the Great Wall of Stupid. No, Sweden, you are the smart one. Oh boy, what do we look after Sweden? We only look into pain. God damn it. Did you build roads at least? Please tell me you built roads. Why? Why do you guys not build roads? So Lithuania did build some roads. They did not build roads to their directly adjacent south, but I guess they weren't building those RGOs anyway. I mean, I guess they built anything that they built in RGO. No, they didn't. They didn't even build their RGO. Did you not build your RGOs? People, RGOs, people, RGOs, please. Okay, so lumber here, lumber here. Let's talk about, by the way, what happened. Sweden did nothing. The reason I haven't talked about what these people did, Hesse did nothing but PvE. Wartenberg did nothing but betray me. Sweden did nothing but PvE. Haven't really had anything to talk about there, unfortunately. So, yeah. Now let's talk about Muscovy. He PvE'd. Muscovy, I fundamentally can't, like, wrap my head around this. He created 26 vassals. 26. I'm not even sure why you would need that many. Now, this has gotten so bad that some of these vassals, this guy's 0.05 tax base. This guy has 0.01 tax base. This guy has 0.72 tax base. Now, the vassals he made out of Novgorod are at least doing decent. But I guess I just wonder, why did there have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 vassals? Why did you need 9 vassals out of Novgorod? It's a question. I'm wondering it. The amount of money you're going to have to spend on diplomatic power to integrate all these people is insane when you actually think about it. Let's see. So far as what he's doing, we've got improving relations. I mean, you're going to have to spend max diplomat for the entire rest of your life. I mean, starting next patch. I don't think he can even maintain this next patch. It's just too much. Oh man, this was bad too, because I did see he did such good centralizing. He tried so hard. That's all gone. That's all gone next patch. That's just gone. Say goodbye to that. Ugh. So, yeah. Other than that, if we actually do look into it, the income of Novgorod is pretty decent. Not due to their vassals, who basically pay them nothing. Imagine having 26 vassals and you make 8 gold. Like, I question your guys' sanity, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, are you so he's double integrating. Just integrate, in my opinion, just integrate and conquer, and then let passive integration hit you sometimes, because like there's no point to having these vassals that don't even give you money. There's no point. Just let it integrate, and then eventually, you know, you at least benefit from some better integration. Okay, sliders are good. I mean, he got innovative at least. Aristocracy is pretty far up there. Traditional, I feel like he should just max out traditional at this point. That's my opinion. I think that's a good one. Tribes, I think tribes has some good stuff here, don't they? You can take them. I mean, there's prosperity and decentralization. Might as well take it. I mean, you're going to decentralize next patch. Get the pop growth. There's stability, investment, and communalism. That's good too. Over here, tribal levy size. I don't think you have any tribes. Yeah, you get 3,000, so you wouldn't need that. But expand farming costs. That's good. Tolerance of heathens. That's good. Just take all that stuff. Take all that stuff. And then slap this to full, because you're going to pay for it over time anyway. You might as well just slap that to full right now. That's my opinion. Looks like he was managing his sliders manually, which is interesting. That is certainly interesting, that one. Okay. Other than that, he just PvE'd all game. The people who are going to take me a lot of time to talk about, they're all in Western Europe. Okay, so actual income is reasonably about 10 to 20 to 40, depending on how you look at it. Lithuania over here, his actual income is up here at 25. That's good. It's like weirdly good. Huh. Muscovy, actual income of 11. I mean, he's gonna have to pay for his diplomatic slider. His income looks pretty good if his slider's at 0. Looks pretty bad if it's not. But he will get that cost of court down once he equalizes at 100. He also made 9 Gorbilian vassals. Honestly, okay. Yeah, guys, this is gonna be the dumbest goddamn war you've ever seen. They're all gonna raise their 7 levies. Oh no, sorry, he's got 84. I mean, I wouldn't want to exaggerate here. Let's see, actual levy count 6.5 thousand, and you are 8,000. So the levy count and the vassal count is in Muscovy's advantage, as well as potentially the income count. But if we do look at institution spread, we can see the Great Wall of Stupid, that is Russia, versus the, they're only a little bit stupid, of Lithuania. How is Estonia smarter than Lithuania? Oh god, now I'm going to start a Baltic War. Let's see, what are you doing? Please tell me, Lithuania, that you used your... Okay, Lithuania did use their tribes. They are getting good stuff out of their tribes. Do they have that prosperity? Why would you guys... Because you're trying to centralize as well. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. No, why? No, you're not even... Okay, so Lithuania is prepped for next patch. They're already maxed decentralized. Then just go tribal land rights. You got the prosperity. It's right there. You can take it. Nobody can stop you. Oh yeah, he just went giga decentralization. He doesn't give a shit. Okay, sure. Well, let's look at the technology. Here's 1.44. Probably because he is... No, he's not taxing. He's not taxing his clerics, but he still has bad literacy. That's interesting. So far as his religion, there are some bonuses Muscovy can get, and unfortunately they have not unlocked any of them. There are some bonuses Muscovy can get. I think this one can give you... Oh, we cannot do this again. Oh, wait. Oh, we did have modify. I was at the wrong thing. Does he have recruits pious prosperity? Oh yeah, this one's... Oh god, this one is so good. Holy shit, I forgot how good this one is. Yeah, okay, so Muscovy is keeping pious prosperity up, which is benefiting him immensely. So, okay, good job on that one. That's Spielberg, by the way. Spielberg, I think he's like an EU4 veteran. He should be doing pretty good, right? I mean, after I stopped naming people, it's because a lot of these people I don't really know very well. And I don't know if they're going to do good or not. So Lithuania, who is that? That is Chess Champ. He's an EU4 veteran, but it's hard to say. Like, he is an EU4 veteran. I just don't know how good he's going to do. I'm not too... Like, I've played with him, but I don't really remember him. You are building roads. So he has the idea. He does have the idea. What market? Okay, so you have 1 giga market. You've got 1 giga market. It's just giga markets. We do have a market of Riga, Gdansk. That was a good market, by the way. Putting down a market in Gdansk keeps that market access low. I think I would probably add more market access, by the way. If we're just talking markets here. Yeah, Hungary is actually totally fine in their market access. They could maybe get one up here, hypothetically. I don't know if it'd be a good idea. As for Poland, I mean, they start going down a little bit. I think the main issue is you have to make a market on Poznan, but he's got no proximity to it anyway, so it's not a big deal. But getting market access on Gdansk, super good, super important, because Gdansk is a city, and yeah, that actually allows it to get market access, which allows it to make money. So going back to Lithuania then, if we talk about Lithuania... Let's see, you are appeasing your clerics really high, but somehow you just have no... It's because your liturgical language. I've never had to do that before. Wait. You're still Romuvan. Really? Huh. Well, now I'm wondering, how does Romuvan work? Does it double? Let's see, I can see fertility god worship and fertility deity god and worship the fertility god. He does get actually a decent amount of pop growth on that, but is that better? I think it's not better than converting to maybe Orthodoxy or something. I mean, what do we get here? We get, what do you get in total? Monthly prosperity, okay, that's legitimately good. Discipline, it's only 1 discipline. Pop growth, army morale 10. Okay, maybe this is not a bad religion, but can he actually stay as Romuvan? I mean, how converted are we? No, he's like 100% Romuvan. So here's a question. How are you gonna move out of here? Exactly. I wonder. Wait, is this? Oh my god. Okay, so Lithuania is expanding to Prussia before they expand out here to the east. This is an interesting situation because Lithuania actually has, oh my god, look at that pop growth. Just like, Jesus, orthodoxy, hold up. But, I mean, he's got a pop growth. Oh, the pop difference is insane here. He's growing 2,000. He's growing 500. I mean, I'm only growing 400, so you can kind of see. Oh, my God. Bohemia's only growing 300. Hungary's growing 1,000. So, I mean, compared to their total pop size, I mean, growing 500 is pretty good out of Lithuania. It's not Russia, right? But Russia's kind of cheating. But, actually, I do wonder here, if you stay Romuvan, the only issue is if he stays Romuvan, I don't think they have any content. No, they do not. No, they do not. So there is not really an end game for this, but maybe the end game is to not have an end game because you're going to die to Russia. I don't know. Maybe. I can't really say. He did ally Wartenberg, which is a very interesting decision. Very interesting decision, that one. Okay, what's up next? So now we have the Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire, what did we do? What did we do this game? We did a lot of PvE, and we did a lot of jockeying with Bulgaria. A lot of jockeying, because he does have 10 armored horsemen, and he did use his Bay Tower for that one. The Bay Fortress, he didn't get that in Session 1, and in Session 2, I think it was fully buffed to the 100 cost. So he can actually use the Bay Fortress now. He does get his manpower from that, and he did use that to stack down these armored horsemen. His income is pretty decent. I would say not amazing, but pretty decent, 35. He's doing pretty good from that perspective. He is getting a navy, and once he gets that maritime control, he'll do pretty good there. He screwed up immeasurably, incomprehensibly. He screwed up so hard, it's actually ruining him to the end of his life, but he got destroying heathen. He destroyed this, which gives him -2 tolerance of heathens. He destroyed the Church of Constantine, and that was not good. He's been trying to recover from it and get up his tolerance. He has got it back up here to +1. He really needs that to be at the +3, but a +1 is fine. Other people have screwed up as well, which we'll get into. I would definitely say if it came down to a fight, he would probably destroy Bulgaria, and I'm not really sure what could stop that. Well, what does stop it is the alliance to Hungary, obviously. Oh my god, you guys with your stupid vassals! What are you guys doing? Okay. Ottomans are not going to be hurt by the upcoming patch because they'll just decentralize anyway. They weren't really even centralized. So from that perspective, it's fine. But a lot of these vassals are just... I mean, he needs to integrate these. He needs to get these in his belly. And these ones in the east he created, I mean, look how tiny and these are nothing. Honestly, he could have just sat on that land and had it be as good. Or he could have created 1 giga vassal, so maybe they could combine their wealth and get somewhere. So we got more navies coming out. These are all Mediterranean galleys. Mediterranean. Wait, is that age 2? No. Let's see, what do we have here anyway? Let's see, we got heirs of rum, monthly prestige, speed of integration, peasant levy, that's pretty good as well. He's getting the levy size. So he will actually have non-culture levy size, cav combat. His mill focus here is doing him a pretty good. He did get the expected cost of court, that's good. A lot of people don't do that for some reason. So he's actually making a lot of money. Ooh, we got the noble satisfaction as well. So I think technologically, this is about as smart as you can get. The only possible thing is first strike to boost his army a little bit, but he's going down here for levy size. If it came down to a pure 1v1, him and Bulgaria, I think he'd win, but Bulgaria's got Hungary behind them. Then, of course, coming up, once he gets professional armies, he's got the potential Timar system for that cav power, cav maintenance. The Bashi Bazooks, that's good for fort spamming, not too good otherwise. Seljuk Roots for even more discipline. He could potentially run down here for the Janissaries. Janissaries plus his other dudes. The only problem is then he'd have to go all the way over here to grab this, then go over here to grab this, then go back over here to grab this. It would be a bit rough, particularly because he would want to upgrade his plated knights, he'd want to upgrade his levy combat. Like, he could spend the next 20 years entirely in the professional army tree, but then he doesn't grow economically. But he will continue to grow economically because his navy is getting up. And, yeah, I mean, you can see once that navy gets up there, his proximity on the coast is going really hard. This will just continue to get better and better and better, for sure. So he doesn't really have anything to worry about here. He'll just continue to scale. He'll continue to do good. He made the mistake with the patriarchy, but everybody's made a mistake because it's like the first game. Don't really know how he made it, though. He tests the... I know, this is Hildrick. Hildrick tests the game so much. I feel like Hildrick's problem is he tests the game 50 times and then makes, like, a catastrophic mistake. And I don't know how he does it. It's like every single game we play, he manages to do it. But I think his technology is good. His monthly research progress is fine. His Ulema are a little bit happy. Could be happier. I think I'd probably slap that on them. Well, you can't do that. Yeah, we definitely not do that. At the very least, I think you could slap this. No, that's terrible. Don't do that. You could slap that on them. Get a little bit, I suppose. I'd actually... Oh, you can add that too. Clergy and administration and religious administration. And boom, it's 10 more happiness right there. Guess it depends. He's got enough crown power, probably. Wait, that's interesting. He's got feudal theocracy, but he has Abrahamic communities. Huh. He could definitely trade this for basically anything. He could go royal decree and get the crown power. If he's going to decentralize anyway, he could go to privy council. If he doesn't care about any of those, he could just go agricultural revolution. Yeah. If he's trying to do free subjects, he could go local army organization as well. He is trying to do free subjects. So he could just go local army organization, get a little bit there. There's some, I mean, these aren't like, oh my god, amazing choices, but they're not bad ones. Certainly not bad ones. I don't think he's going humanist, though, is he? Because humanist. Well, what sliders are we at right here? Have we gotten innovative? Yeah, a little bit. I think I would use one of his cabinet actions. I think I would definitely use one of his cabinet actions. He's encouraging jurisprudence. Now, he's maxed out. That can't go any further. Well, not literally, but he's almost there. Clergy, estate satisfaction, monthly research output, efficiency of our cabinet. Okay, it's a little bit helpful, I suppose. Is there anything he can do to get more jurisprudence? Well, if he's trying to get jurisprudence, if he's trying to do that, he could get the Mausoleum courts. It'll piss off his clergy a little bit, but what are you gonna do? Is there anything else we can do here to push jurisprudence? I don't really know how to push jurisprudence. I do think he got the good estates. I mean, he passed the literacy test. He read freedom of interpretation and realized, wait, this is broken, and picked it. Now that's actually pushing him to mysticism. Well, hold on. Freedom of interpretation puts him -10. Guaranteed local land rights pushes up there. He could actually push more mysticism. Now, what does mysticism give you? I'm trying to... Okay, mysticism, army morale, clergy, pop conversion. Okay, so obviously jurisprudence is what he wants more. But he definitely needs to take something to push jurisprudence in so it stays there. I'm not sure why he's pushing it. What he should be doing right now is pushing innovative. Because, man, he's got this institution coming in. And he's got to get that institution. And he's got to get it cheap. Does he even have it accepted? No, because he's not... He needs to sprint over and he needs to grab innovative. He needs to be more innovative. So that's what he should be pushing. That's what he should be encouraging right now. Other things he's doing is encouraging control. Yeah, I mean, that's a good one. He's encouraging control down here, which is probably good. Did he max out communalism? He didn't. It's really easy for the Ottomans to do that, so that's odd. What would I do if I was him? If I was him, I think I would stop. What's he integrating? Okay, integrating that is good. I think I would have just sat on this land to proc the Ottoman event that just gives you communalism from having uncored land. I would have just sat on it and said, screw it, like who gives a shit? And I think what I would also do, encouraging control is good, but what he could do also is he could convert these people to Turkish because his culture probably doesn't look too good. Yeah, he could definitely have more push. He is spiritualist, so he doesn't assimilate. Oh, that's right. He would have to find a way to go humanist. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. How does he manage that one? Well, at the very least, he needs to get off feudal theocracy. He could change around some of his laws. Definitely. He could change around some of his laws and try to go humanist. Yeah. He did get tax exemption. Yeah, that gives your clergy giga happiness, but you can't tax them. But that's pretty good. How were they actually so unsatisfied? No censorship, tax farming, favor the ruler, Abrahamic communities, promote tolerance. It's like he's tolerating them and then like anti-tolerating them. The only major problem I see here is this feudal theocracy. I don't think this helps him at all. Like literally at all, because he has Abrahamic communities. He cannot convert. So the only thing he can do is try to push his culture. He could convert all the Greeks here. And why does he have Serbians? Oh, he must have enslaved some. I mean, he could definitely. God damn, it's a lot of pop growth. Jesus. Oh boy, satisfaction reduction. Yeah, it's not good. What he could try to do here is just start assimilating. I think he needs to start assimilating these people. And in order to do that, he needs to get off spiritualist. Probably go humanist. I mean, it'll suck to lose a little bit of tolerance to the true faith, but I think he's just got to start getting more pop assimilation. I think it's pretty important. As for Bulgaria, now Bulgaria has a good setup here. I did like this. So he moved his capital over to here, and this gives him pretty good control because he's going right down this river. He's got a little bit of upstream, and he's got a huge downstream. And then if he can get a road, I mean, how good are your roads here, buddy? Oh, okay. So if he got a road maybe to this river, he can then try to get, I mean, because he should definitely get a road to Targovishte, and then if he gets to Targovishte, he can watch Castlevania on Netflix. At either rate, we can see right here. Where does this one go? Slobania? It's literally going to Sloboza? Slobozia? Yeah, he could, if he gets a... Well, how much money are we making? Here's a question. Our money is big because we don't spend money. He could take the forts off maintenance unless he's afraid of the Ottomans assaulting, but I doubt they'll assault right now. He makes an outrageous amount of money from his vassals. Is he? Yeah, he's not even centralized, so he won't lose too much in the next patch when he starts decentralizing. So it's not a big deal. He might have to be worried a little bit. Clergy are pretty happy. They're like weirdly happy. Let's actually look at these laws. How's everybody so happy? Did you do... Oh, your distribution of power is still in favor of the wealthy. Ugh. Well, let's look here. He could do favor the ruler. That's generally pretty good. Everybody really likes that one. Favor the ruler combines with spamming. What you do is you go favor the ruler and then you spam estate privileges and then you can max tax the bitches into the ground. It's pretty default. A lot of people like that one. Okay, what did we do here? I gave him tax exemption. That's a pretty good one. Yep. Yep, these are pretty good. Are there any Orthodox ones I don't know of? Are we going spiritualist here? Or are we still culture converting? I'm not sure that he can afford to culture convert. Let me look at these values first. He's not, he's going, you're not innovative. Oh, people, push innovative. You gotta start pushing innovative or you're not gonna get this shit done. Wait, you're assimilating. West Mutania. Do you not accept Bulgarians? No, you do accept them. There's no real point, I think. Or not Bulgarians, Wallachians. There's no real point, I don't think, pissing off the Wallachians. I don't think so. I mean, he's building a lot. His income is like freakishly good. Wait. That tax base difference. Wait, the Ottomans are 113 tax base. Bulgaria's 178. Oh my god. They're almost on par with me. That's a very good tax base, Bulgaria. Shit. Okay, so Bulgaria, I think if Bulgaria manages to survive a bit, they'll do pretty good. Ottomans cannot push up because Bulgaria and the Hungarians are stopping them. Ottomans can't push up, and that kind of screws with them, I think, because I think like at the rate things are going, they're getting outscaled. Let's see, what do we do on tech here? Did we go mill ideas? We did go mill ideas. He's going down here to levy size, and I'm going to assume we got peasant levies. Ooh, and army initiative. Let's see, we do have professional armies, but we didn't go anywhere else. We could, Fortress of the Balkans, that's a decent, unique tech. We could go down here to men-at-arms, and then Fortress of the Balkans. Fort limit, fort defense. Fort defense is just good, because it's so annoying to get through that shit. That's about all his plays for now. I think, I mean, he wants to get the levy size, but I don't think the levies, he's got more levies than the Ottomans by 200. Wait, that's not actually a lot. Holy crap. 300 actually. Yeah, he needs to sprint armories because it is going to come down to regulars. Regulars are so much stronger than levies. I think if I was him, I would have gone cav combat maybe, and then I would have sprinted my ass down to men-at-arms. And I do think, obviously, cav are better than infantry on regulars, but men-at-arms are right there, and they've got stat boosts, and they're really good. I would definitely have gone men-at-arms rush. But let's see, what are we doing on sliders here? Not innovative, not centralized, not traditional, not communal. A little bit of land, free subjects, a little bit of aristocracy. Overall, I don't really like these. A little bit not too great. I definitely think he should have combined some of these people here. Are these all fiefdoms? Yes. Is he just trying to culture convert everything to Bulgarian? Also, yes. Huh. Are these people? No, they're not culture converting. I'm wondering, are you guys actually... I need to check in the world map here. Are you guys... Oh no, their primary culture is all Greek. They went Greek. Huh. Why? Why would you need 22,000 Gorbilian vassals? It just... What are you guys doing? I doubt if I do another video like this, we'll see another 22 Gorbilian vassals. I really much doubt that. Okay, so Bulgaria is doing pretty good, I would say. They're making money. They got a pretty good pop hold here. They're just going to push on through. You know what? We can check. Are you doing... You are not... Are you? I mean, you are Orthodox, right? Yes. So he's not doing the synod. That's not good. He needs to be spamming the synod. Destroying another Auto-Salafist patriarch gives you religious influence, huh? Getting a lot of that is good. Bulgaria, I mean, we're gonna see it. If Hungary defends him, he'll continue to scale pretty well, but the Ottomans are also scaling pretty well. We'll see what happens in the great showdown of Bulgaria-Ottomans. I definitely think Ottomans outscale just because they have way more unique content. Like, at the end of the day, I think it's going to come down to their unique content advantage. 44 versus 6. So, Egypt. What happened to Egypt in this game? The other two mostly just PvE'd. Egypt, I do know that's played by Kabian. He is Spanish. and he fell into a noble revolt and died. And then the noble revolt screwed him and didn't have the Mamluk reform. Nothing else really to say. I think that one's really funny. He can go back and get the Mamluk government, but he's just not right now. He doesn't want to pay the expected cost of court. So far as money, pretty good on money. Pretty solid. I think I just slide that to full, no point. Not. I think he's trying to deflate here a little bit. Not taxing Zolima. Oh, boy, that's the highest. That is literally the highest research progress I've seen. That's pretty high. Okay. Dang. Let's see. We're still, I can't even tell what he's sprinting. Well, let's see. We do have peasant levy. We do have the legitimacy. We do have the cost of court. We do have the proximity cost. So he did go admin. We're going to be an infantry focused faction, I suppose, son. We got pop food consumption. That gives you a little bit of pop growth, weirdly enough, because you store years of food. City stability investment, max literacy. Yep, okay. These all seem pretty good thus far. So what are we sprinting then? It looks like we're going banking into thirst for knowledge. Oh, okay. 5% literacy rush. That's actually not a bad idea. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Let's see. Don't Mamluks have a 5% discipline in age 2? Or am I nuts? Where is that? The Royal Mamluks. Oh, there we go. Ooh, I mean, it's military tactics and a discipline. I suppose nobody's really threatening him. So on this side of the strait, by the way, we do have the Mamluk-Ottoman alliance. This side of the strait, we have the Hungarian-Bulgarian alliance. So we'll see what happens with this one. But for now, Hungary is so rich, and then the Mamluks are so rich. Oh man, you gave them everything. How do you even have crown power anymore? Okay, so what do we do with our tribes? You are just going hella decentralized, aren't you? Yep, okay, so he's prepping for the decentralized play. I don't think he cares. He's got 10 trillion vassals, and he's just going to decentralize. And I don't think he really even cares about decentralizing at this point. I think he doesn't give a shit. Aristocracy almost at 100. That's pretty solid. Decent enough, innovative. He is encouraging innovative as well. Yeah. Serfdom. Traditional economy is going good. Communalism is fine. Oh, he's got so much jurisprudence. This is the highest. Now, oh, yep, he passed the Okay, so the only person who failed the literacy test was Morocco. Sorry, Tunis. Was it Tunis or Morocco? Oh, it was Tunis. Tunis, you failed the literacy test. In 5% literacy to your whole population is broken. In fact, if we look at the literacy map mode, you can see the difference. Intelligent, well-learned scholars. What am book? Looks like the Mamluks are still trying to get people to be literate. If I had to suspect, they don't have any monthly literacy increase. Yeah, they have written alphabet and that's it. So that's not going to be moving at any time. They need to get monthly literacy. So that's got to be libraries or something like that, right? Ottomans have literacy. Bulgarians have more. Actually, now I'm wondering. Written alphabet, freedom of thought, religious teachings. Freedom of interpretation. So written alphabet, freedom of interpretation, religious teachings. So why do you, or are you capped? Yeah, you're the same. Orthodoxy gives 5% as well. Goddamn, so Catholics are just stupid. Catholics are just morons. There's 3 religions fighting over Europe, and one of them is dumber than the other 2. Got it. Cool. Okay. So far as roads, I do believe in session 1, I don't think he quite understood how roads worked. He does seem to have fixed that for the most part. We got roads everywhere. So our proximity is fantabulous over here. At the very least, he's got the entire Nile River on lockdown. He doesn't quite have naval control yet. I think we're still trying to get navies. I don't think he has docks. Yeah, we're going thirst for knowledge. But Do we have docks? No, we don't have docks. He's not going docks. He's got some ships, but so that's about it. Nothing else to say about the Mamluks. Didn't really have a whole lot happen here. Yeah. Okay. I mean, he died to a noble rebellion. He actually lost, straight up lost to the noble rebellion, which I was like shocked by. I was like, holy shit. So, yep. This takes us to the Ethiopian Empire. They're dead, and that's because of Yemen. So Yemen starts off. How rich are you, Yemen? Not very rich, but they were richer than Ethiopia. I would actually say, unfortunately, between the Ethiopia player and the Yemen player, unfortunately for my dear friend Ethiopia, this is just unplayable. And the fact that they can't do anything to control this is nuts. I honest to God think Ethiopia needs like a special modifier, age 1, that's just like mountains cost 25% less proximity. Because like, how are you going to tell Ethiopia to try to play the game when their proximity looks like this? After building roads, after doing everything they can, like they can't even control the 7 people remaining in their empire. So Yemen, hopefully you're not trying to go, you are trying to centralize. Well, that's going to go away real quick, unfortunately. And that takes us, let's see, good traditional, good decent communalism, good jurisprudence. Apparently the only guy who can't do jurisprudence is the Ottomans. So what's your tech gain? 1.55 is not bad. Did you, wait, we need to check. They did not fail the literacy test. So it's literally only Tunis. It's literally only Tunis. That's actually kind of wild. But let's see, you are taxing the Ulema. 2 gold versus like 25% tax growth. I don't know. One of these might be better. So you could do tax exemption over here. That would help you out, probably. And then you would just not tax them and instead do other stuff. You can invite a religious figure. Let's see. We get expected cost of court, efficiency of our cabinet, but we get some monthly research and stability. I don't like that at all. He can call it jihad, which is interesting. That's like a free CB right there. So it does look, was there any battles or anything? Okay, we can see there's likely some big battles right here. But other than, you know, just flatlining the Ethiopian army, it seems, I mean, if I look at Ethiopia's population, there might have been some struggle. There's a lot of ups and downs here, so Ethiopia definitely struggled here. Unfortunately, I think 9 times out of 10, Yemen takes it, and the 10th time is just pure luck. You have, is that 18 vassals? Guys, not every single OPM needs to be a vassal. At this point, like I feel like I'm just being trolled. I feel like everybody's just doing this to mess with me. Okay, so as far as Yemen is concerned, income's pretty good. Sliders were... you're not innovative. Well, I suppose maybe he's not trying to do innovative because every game's gonna have one Great Wall of Stupid. There just always has to be a Great Wall of Stupid. Don't ask me, I don't make the rules. Hungary got the institutions pretty well this time, so unfortunately, that meant the Mamluks had to be the Great Wall of Stupid. There must always be one. And because... well, Mamluks did accept. So actually, Yemen should be seeing some institution growth by importing from the Mamluks. And they are not. And the reason they are not is because they literally don't do anything. They literally only export. So there definitely should be some imports here. Wait, can they? Oh no, they can't reach Iskantaria. Well, that's not good. And they're not importing either. Okay, so Yemen is just going to be dumb forever. There's nothing they can do. They're permanently stupid. Ugh. Okay, so that takes us to our last contender in the entire game, except for the people in the East who I'm not paying attention to right now. The last contender in the entire game, you got it, the Timurid Empire. So the Timurid Empire, and this is weird and dumb, the Timurid Empire has a problem here. And their problem is that they didn't want to be overpowered, so they didn't take North India, and they went to Persia. Now, as you might imagine, that's weak as shit, and he's now poor as hell. He also stopped being a tribe a bit too early, and so his income isn't great. He does have a good chunk of vassals, so I'm hoping he's not trying to centralize. Nah, he is trying to centralize. Well, that's going away. 100 belligerent, 100 traditional economy, 100 communalism. These are all 100 land, even. God damn. This is all interesting stuff right here. So did you didn't fail the literacy test either. Tunis. It's only Tunis. Let's see. He did become the Timurid Empire, and that is a problem, a big problem. Why is that a problem? Because unfortunately, now he cannot generate manpower for his horse archers. So he had horse archers, and they are an absolutely devastating age 2 cavalry that could probably pile drive through the Ottomans, could probably pile drive through the Mamluks, but he is no longer a horde, so he can't generate any manpower. So that's not good. There's definitely going to be some comeuppance with there. The issue also is that he has no hope of getting the institution in a reasonable time. So that's not good. It's going to have to go through 1, 2, probably 3, and then, 4. That's going to take a little bit of time. A little bit, tiny bit. I'm not really sure what the Ottomans, or these Ottoman Timurids can do here. So can we go Exilium at Concilium? Do you have it? Well, that's weird. Only nobility is leaders, elite council. Where's Auxilium et Concilium? Can you not do it? Oh, that's not good. Wait, if he can't do Auxilium, that's a lot of oof. Oh, he's got Bane of Lordship. No. Okay. Oof. Well, at this point, centralizing is just totally not happening. So what I would do, just take all the good decentralized modifiers and just go with it at this stage. Take every good decentralized modifier and just roll with it. Just go ham. I'm not really sure what else I can say about the Timurids. It's just not much. Oof. I mean, obviously, it seems like he's probably taking as many estate privileges as he can. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, no. All right. So he is a great power. So he pays more for his cost at court. To be honest, I'm not sure this budget is getting balanced anytime soon. His expenses... His expenses on buildings and cost of court alone. But wait, why are you paying for your army? I mean, that helps. Why are you paying for your army? Bro, you're not at war? Okay, I don't know what he can do. This is a bit of a tough situation. Well, what he needs to do is he needs to take out loans, I would say, and he needs to claim a core region. And then he needs to claim his core region as Persia. And then he can just core all of Persia instantly, because I believe he owns 90% of it. So what he needs to do, he just needs to core Persia. And just take a loan out. I wonder if I can even do that, because this is the last country I'm looking at. I'm wondering if I can just do that. Requirements not met. Huh. Well, hold on. Well, why not? Let me run this for a month. I just want to see. Okay, I don't understand the mechanics here then. I guess I've never played. Huh. I don't know. Bad shit happening to the Timurids, but at least you could get, at least he could get his costs under control in a reasonable time. I mean, it's only 2 gold, right? I just don't know. How does he go after that? Like, what does he do after that? Oh, well. So that's the game. In total, let's see. We got Who are big winners? Obviously, it's France, Bohemia. These two are just majors, right? Like, there's, Two Sicilies. Now, how much longer, here's the question, how much longer does Two Sicilies have the Western Schism for? Ooh, it is, I mean, he's halfway there, so it'll probably be a good 20, 30 decades, maybe 20, 25, maybe 30 at tops, right? So, Two Sicilies will, for a good chunk of time, make a lot of money, but he's going to lose all his centralization because of these stupid vassals. So what he's likely going to have to do is just start giving these up, or he's just going to go full decentralized. Because Italy, which is under his control, is fully centralized. He has absolutely no reason, in my opinion, to maintain these vassals. He's just gonna want to give them all up. I don't understand how does he even have 20 vassals? How would he, where? I don't even see them. That's impossible. Did he actually make single location vassals in here? Okay, I don't even know anymore. So big winners: France huge, Bohemia huge, Naples huge. Shocking, I know. Mamluk's huge. Castile is kind of our wild card here in that I think they are not as huge as they should be at all. England has set up their estate privileges and their sliders really well to scale, but as of now, they are outrageously weak, and I like, I like legitimately think Castile, with their 21 Catalan galleys, caravels, and all that. Like, Catalan galleys, I mean, what does he have? I mean, could I actually look here? What do you have, England? You got 7 oh, you're doomed. He's doomed. It's over. No. So Castile could actually just force a landing and take England. And that would actually remove his main late game rival, if you want to look at it from that perspective. France, I'm a bit wary about this, because it's France is supporting Wartenberg. Wartenberg is allied to Bohemia, and Wartenberg is also allied to Lithuania. And this, if I had to guess, if I was a betting man, I would say that this is an anti-Austrian alliance. And I'm really not sure why. I didn't even do anything. Like, I took a little bit of land up here, which I think is justified. Because, like, I'm not killing Wartenberg, okay? I'm not killing Wartenberg. And the 3D map, you look at this, right? Like, I need this land. This comes out of Linz. It goes right up here. Boom. You look at that. Look at that 3D map. And then look at what I took. That makes sense, doesn't it? That just makes sense. Here to here. Boom. That makes sense. You don't look at borders. You don't look at borders. Just look at land, right? Look at that land. That makes sense. And yet, what? Oh, I'm evil because I took land that should be mine. Like, that makes me evil that I took land that should be mine. I don't think so. I don't think so. Poland needs to fix up and road up. I desperately need Poland to fix up and road up because they're my ally. They're my staunchest ally. In fact, Poland is my greatest friend. Hungary is allied to me, but Sven, if you're listening to this, you're going to betray me in 7 seconds. Like, I swear to God, if someone offers you a fruit pie, you will betray me. Wait. Why is that purple? I don't get it. Yeah, if Sven gets offered a fruit pie, I swear to God, he's going to betray me. But I could understand if Sven, like, defends against the Ottomans instead of defends me. But even if that happens, like, I hope you guys realize all of my shit is in the north. Okay? All of my tax base is in the north. If Bohemia wins one war against me, not only does that knock me out of the game, but he gets, like, a lot. He gets a lot of tax base. He could take a couple provinces. He'd be at 500 tax base. Like, guys, we need to look at the bigger picture here. We need to understand the larger situation, okay? All right. Wildcard Naples. Honestly, Bulgaria's income is fantabulous. I mean, and even despite the plagues and all that, he's just going up. So, like, he's doing something right. Bulgaria's doing something right. This conflict is going to be an odd one, an interesting one, a deadly one. The great Hesse. Oh, I can actually explain. Did I go over Hesse? Let me go over Hesse real quick. So he is going decentralized because he doesn't give a shit. Then he's using decentralized to make his vassals loyal. Then he's going traditional economy with mysticism. And what he is doing, I want to show you guys this. Look at his proximity. look at his control. Look at what he's doing. He's trying to move to Mali, and he makes absolutely none of his own money. So, you might be saying then, how does he get money? He literally just went full goddamn decentralized, made a bunch of vassals. Now, this is too many. It's too many vassals. Like, I don't care what you guys are saying. There's too many vassals. They're all poor as shit. This is stupid. Like, I hate you. You're stupid. Please stop. But he went full decentralized. He does not make his own money. Half his income, straight up half of it, is from vassals, which is crazy. He doesn't even trade. He doesn't do anything. He literally just conquers and taxes people. He conquers and taxes people and then sends out the tribal cavalry to conquer and tax other people. What? That's, I mean, how do you beat that? He doesn't care. You can't defeat him. He doesn't give a shit. Nothing matters to him. Anyway, so that's this entire video. That's our giant multiplayer game review. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. And as always, I hope all of you have a great rest of your day.